Hello and welcome to the ADLR Podcast, episode 118. This week we got Call of Duty New Mountains. That's what I was going to say. New Mutants, The Witch's Bulletproof, Billie Eilish. Let's just start it. Anywho, off to a fantastic start. I'm here with Randall on the right here. Hit him with your Batman signature call, Randall.
My who?
Your Batman signature call.
What is that?
You tell me it's your signature call.
There's no sound required.
It's just your presence?
Yes. It's
not even Gordon.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Brian, what you got going? What you got for me over there, huh? What's your signature call? Yeah, I forgot he's got like a rapper laugh or some shit. Is that your rapper laugh, or do you have a different one?
No,
you still doing
a different rapper laugh?
Go for your rapper laugh then. I like your. That's scary, actually. I don't know if that's not for kids.
Who said I'm rapping for kids?
Shoot. Speaking of new things, even though nobody mentioned new things, Brian, how's the running? Did everything get picked up normally or what?
So far, yeah.
You haven't tested both HDMI sources at once being used?
Not yet.
Okay. Hopefully that'll stay normal. Hopefully the only thing that should shit on you now is that camera. Because you said it was like overheating and stuff.
I think I solved that. Before when it was overheating, I had the power source always plugged in, but when I'm not using it, I completely unplug it, and I don't think I've been having issues with it specifically.
Okay, so it's just been the card. Well, now that it's properly installed, it should be good to go. You eating Eggos too? What's
Triscuits?
Oh, you snacking on the job?
Yeah.
What kind of role model are you?
I was gonna go get grapes, but we don't have a lot, so.
You can ask Chappelle for some grapes. Or Prince, I'm sorry. Too soon. I don't know what's everyone's week been like. Mine's already started like bullshit with this fucking OBS shitting on me and networking. It doesn't stop, Rando. It just doesn't stop. Anyway, there's good news. I think you guys already told me? For people shopping for PS5s and stuff on the Black Friday, there's going to be a new shipment. 7 p.m. on Walmart again. So 7 p.m. Eastern. PM or AM? AM or PM, something like that. I have to confirm. So if you're looking for consoles, that's when it's going to start. So I think it's like next Wednesday. It's either 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. I forgot. Eastern.
Am I still banned from B&H? Okay, no, it works.
You said you were banned?
Yeah, around the time they restocked on PlayStations. And I went on there and the website told me I was banned.
Someone must have used either your MAC address or your IP, like faked your IP with a bot. So then it was constantly hitting it and then your IP was banned.
I think maybe it's just their servers were so bodied that they didn't know what to do and they just started banning people.
Just randomly? Oh, this guy came in while we were angry. Let's ban him?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I have to find it, but there was more information on PS5s like GameStop is supposed to be doing in person.
At the store?
Camping.
I don't see that happening because everyone's been like forced to sell it online. I don't know how I remember you told me that story about the dude who just walked in and grabbed one. I thought they were only doing it online, so I'm not sure how he did that. There's supposed to be one here, or just in general random people?
Supposedly GameStop and Kohl's are the two places that are doing camping.
Well, I have an internal source from Kohl's saying that they haven't even received a shipment of PS5s. So I don't know where that information's coming from.
Never cite your leak, Anthony.
I never did. I mean, what? You can cite your leak all you want. You just can't just out the person.
Never do it.
No one knows who the leak is.
Never do it.
Okay.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Oh. Anywho.
I'm closer to
So, I
my
mean, we'll
desk
see.
because I took off the door that we mentioned last time, I think.
Uh-huh.
And it was weird.
Oh, okay, that's good. It's good. You should feel like a breeze. Oh, Randall, I was face. Javi says, "Hi, everyone. I'm the leak." What are you doing, Javi? What are you?
Shit.
They're gonna come
It's
after
compromised.
you. Yeah. I was gonna say, Randall, I was in touch. I was in person with a PS5, Randall. I gotta say,
Hideous.
I don't like I don't like what that looks like, bro.
You
heard?
don't like the way the console looks?
Yeah, I was this close to it. I saw Brian's yesterday, and I'm like, "Ill, Randall. It's like this. Look at this. Look, what are you playing?"
I'm trying to get to the information that we were talking about.
Oh, it's like It's like a massive fucking space saucer with two little inputs in front. It looks gross, man.
Gross.
It looks gross.
Imagine a laptop-sized router.
It just does not look good. And now I'm scared that when I get my Xbox Series X, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, this is also a massive ill."
I mean, it's huge, but at least it doesn't look like a router. It just looks like a fucking box.
Worse, it looks like my shoes are in it.
I'd rather that.
I don't know. I was. Oh, do you guys also but Kaiba's head on it like that one. Put Kaiba's head on it like that one guy. I think I saw that meme. Someone put like the toy of Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh on it and it looks spot on. That was pretty good. What was I gonna say? Oh, there's also that, I don't know if it's just a custom made controller, like they painted it after the fact, but there's a black version of the controller that looks really cool.
Bitches.
But I don't know if that's because they just took it apart and painted it themselves, or that's an actual SKU that's going to be released.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't buy another color just because of the color for this type of controller.
Speaking of what?
Speaking of customizations, you heard about that whole thing with there was this company.
Are you good? I got it.
There was this company that was making custom panels for the PS5, and then Sony hit them up and told them to stop making them.
Yeah, I think it was Plate Station.
Yeah,
What was they were called. And then they were like, yeah, after talking with Sony, we've decided not to do this. That's basically because Sony walked in there probably with like 10 fucking lawyers. And they were like, so y'all going to stop this, right? Wink. And they're like, yeah, you're right.
When I heard that
It is. That's how they give you the...
you can literally just pull it off like a PC. Both sides.
That's why they were selling custom, what's it called? So they would give you the plate instead of just putting a sticker on it. They were painting it and stuff and selling the plates.
That doesn't void the warranty or anything?
I don't know about it. I don't know about that, but you can take it off.
Can someone send me a video of this or something?
I mean, we could send you the site that used to be there, I guess. I don't know if they even have the site up anymore. But they were selling it, so they had to cancel everyone's orders and give their money back and stuff like that.
When I first heard about it, man, I need to find that jump. When I first heard about it, I was like upset, more like irritated, not upset, because I'm like, really? This is so stupid. Like, I don't understand what Sony benefits from doing it.
They can sell it themselves now.
What's stopping? But it's just that they can't make money off of it. But I mean, you can just print out a sticker or some shit and put it on there.
I feel like what I think is happening is they probably shut them the fuck up because they already had plans on doing it and they don't want someone else being the first person to do it. You know what I mean?
I guess so.
There's third-party controllers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they would, for example, if it was talking about controllers, they would want a third party that they licensed before someone else does it.
Well, they just probably want it licensed, like you said. I would imagine that they just want it licensed. Stop popping your fucking fingers, Mike.
That's my arm. The console itself is really big and it's fucking hideous because of the white thing. And in the power cable they give you, it's like my pinky's bigger than it. So I have to put it on this side where my switch is, and now it just looks crowded.
You can get an extension. Granted, that's not the actual solution, but or you can just get a longer. Go ahead.
Yeah, what you're about to say. I can see if they just sell that cable but longer somewhere. I don't know.
Well, it's just a generic extension. You can buy like at Home Depot. That'd be weird if they went out of the way to make a longer power cable and then sell it to you. Then they really jumped into the Apple.
I don't mean PlayStation themselves. I just mean like get one.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah,
good?
It works on it.
Ads. Oh, I know. I've been getting more and more ads on YouTube, dude. It's getting crazy. I'm trying to watch some Baki the Grappler, and all I keep getting is ads. Did you end up watching? Yeah, the old one. That's because I'm catching up. Because my coworker Michael, he told me about it, and then I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. And it wasn't on Plex, so I'm like, what the hell?
A friend of mine
I couldn't find it on like any anime place. So I'm like, then I looked it up on YouTube, and like the whole series is on there. So I saw the first season, I guess, and I'm on the second one, which is like the tournament arc or whatever, and then after that, I think it's the Netflix one that's out now. So I'm almost catching up.
There's a friend of mine showed me there's this YouTuber, some Indian guy, who just like he like jokingly makes fun of the show's nonsense, and a lot of his videos are hilarious.
Of Baki?
Mm-hmm.
There's only a few things in there where I'm like, what the hell's going on? But then you actually learn about martial arts and like the disciplines and things. Like it's information. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know about that. Like where weak points are and people's stances and stuff. Like actual martial arts stance. But then there's some like today. We watched it during lunch. A guy's wrestling an anaconda.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
I don't see the problem.
And stuff like that where I'm like, okay. And then the animation doesn't really hold up. Because it's really old. So hopefully once we get to like the Netflix one, it's been updated in some way. If not, I mean, we'll see. If you feel me, player.
Mm-hmm. Is this the video you showed me?
I don't know. Speaking of animes, I'll finally be back to watching Dragon Ball Super this Saturday morning, because I think Janiana works in the morning, so I don't have anything else planned at the time. So probably Saturday morning, pretty early, maybe 8, 9. I forgot when she works, and then we're gonna see how much we can get through. Because I think we're right before the tournament's about to start.
Yeah, it's about to get heavy duty.
So that's for that. I guess the Saturday of this recording.
There's apparently a person who basically made the Tournament of Power and edited it as if it was a movie. So it's like condensed or things that matter.
Well, I mean, there's always going to be like an abridged version. But I mean, if all he did was edit he didn't like dub over it or anything, right?
Mm-mm.
He just edited what was already there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it depends, because sometimes there's like a couple seconds of like good fighting animation, and I don't want to like miss those like 1 or 2 seconds when they actually animate hand movements and leg and like hits connecting, and not the fucking quick movement. All you see is like After Effects, and I've always hated that.
Yeah. I'm going to send you the Baki thing. There might be spoilers in it, so now I'm trying to decide if I should send it to you or not.
Don't. Because if it's not, because I still haven't even finished the second arc yet, so unless it's just the first 24 episodes, which is like the first season, then maybe I can watch it. Because I saw the first season.
I'm going to thumbs up it, and then whenever you're caught up, I'll go back to it.
Gotcha.
I never saw it myself.
The show or the
show,
making fun of it? Oh. Again, it's if you can get past the old animation, because it doesn't really hold up much. It's very entertaining so far. So cool, like learn a bunch about martial arts and stuff. So it's just weird. There's some weird stuff going on. All right, Brian. I mean, you have anything to say about the PS5? You had it for a few days now. Have you been flying around through the menus? Like, just another console for you? Like, what's going on?
I don't know where to start. I haven't played a game for so long as I started streaming Demon Souls, and then my setup was like, are you streaming it though? So then I just haven't played since.
Well, let me tell you something about your fucking stream, okay? So Sunday, I think that's when you started the stream, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh shit, let me just pause Valhalla real quick and eat my pizza. Who's streaming? Oh, Bryant streaming Demon Souls? I'm gonna see this man hack and slash. Fam, leave the character creation screen.
I did.
I didn't see you play. It was literally sitting down. You went through some fucking menus and took a shit, and then came back more menus. I'm like, I'm done here. Slash, get fucking past that.
No, I got past
That man was there
it.
for like an hour, just sitting there. What do I look like? Fam, dead. This demon soul doesn't matter what you look like. You're gonna be dead.
I never die. My character dies.
Oh my god. I'm sitting, and Randall's like, yo, I'm gonna take like an hour making my character in Cyberpunk, and I'm like, y'all, what are y'all doing? Get in there and play the game.
That's part of playing the game.
That is part of the game.
Oh, how do you win?
That's the playable part. By making myself happy.
Mm-hmm.
By playing the game after, that's what makes you happy. So you're gonna turn it off and not play Cyberpunk after you make your game? After you make your character?
I mean,
I didn't say that was the game. That's part of the
chapter
game.
1, anything. That's the prologue.
Ew.
So I finished the prologue. I'm like, yo, I like how that ended. And then I go into the rest.
The prologue's the cutscene after you're done making whoever the fuck you're making. That's the prologue.
That's prologue part 2.
Ew. Did you guys see that? Speaking of which, everyone's talking about Cyberpunk. They released gameplay on consoles, how it looks like playing on consoles. It's at 30 FPS, but it looks great. Even for the fucking current gen console, so
That means nothing.
for anyone who cares. Hey, it's something. And then we have another Nightwire thing happening this week, but I think it's about Keanu Reeves' character or the music that he does or some shit. Brian, you haven't been watching any of them, so it doesn't matter.
Nope.
And that's it for fucking
It's still coming December 18th.
10th.
10th.
Yeah, Randall's already pushing it back. You know something, Randall? You know something? Don't shake. You know it's gonna be pushed to December 18th.
I thought it was 18th.
That's the 10th, December 10th, and I mean that's 2 weeks from now. I think maybe 3.
Probably 3. Let me see. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's 3. So
3 and some change.
Oh, that's right. That's not that far away because that same Tuesday, our top 10s. We're just gonna be just advertising future episodes because I don't really care.
So I played Demon Souls for a bit.
Before you go on to that, why don't you take us through the whole process of like you being blatantly robbed a couple of times to being successful to denial to it sitting in front of your face.
All right, so boom, right? Like that first week or month of it being like, oh, tomorrow's the pre-order, and then they do it the day before.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, it's gonna be on Walmart at this time. So I had that shit up, letting that website marinate. Already logged in.
Yep.
Refreshed it. It says, yo, in stock. I said, bet. Boom. I put in my fucking address, my card. I was like, let's get it, dude. Checkout or like whatever the button was to finalize it. Okay, I get it. A lot of people are on here. Took me back to my card information thing. I was like, oh, maybe I put something wrong. Did it again. After like maybe like 5 minutes, no, we're out of stock. How you out of maybe on the shelf, but this is in my cart. How you out of stock when it's in my cart? So strike one against Walmart.
Let me not. It's not even just Walmart now. I think it was Best Buy or the direct PlayStation store I was in. There's subtext that says the sale isn't guaranteed until you check out, even if it's in your cart. And I'm like, doesn't it sound like you have a bug to fix then? If you need to type in, hey, when it's in your cart, that means you don't guarantee you have it. But we can move on. There's text now on the pages now. They say, oh, just because it's in your cart, it means you're guaranteed it. And I'm like,
that's still wrong, because when you hit checkout button, that doesn't mean start checkout. That means you've checked out and now you're finalizing your purchase.
No, Brian, I'm sorry.
I was past that, Anthony.
Hey, I'm letting you know, sorry. The text there means it's not guaranteed until the order is finalized.
They were literally getting my change ready because I gave them a little extra, and then like, we're out of stock, and the cashier put it behind them.
I can put the whole stock in my cart, then no one can buy it. That's why it's not a thing. Incorrect, because you can just limit by how many things are in your cart. That's simple. Yeah. That's simple logic coding. That's, oh, you already have this in your cart, you can't add another one.
That's what it did with Amazon for me. I got mine, and then I went back, to try to see if I can get you guys one, and it's like one per customer.
Yeah.
All right, so first in Walmart, already it just wronged me, right?
You're already tight.
By. Yeah, months go by. Was it October? When did this happen?
The pre-order started in
last
September.
week? I didn't get any action. Every time I saw it, say, "Oh, it's here." I went and it was already out of stock. So I was like, "Ooh." At this point, why am I bothering? Like, I had that one guy, Wario64. Every tweet that he released, it told me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Oh, I was always too late." This goes on for a while, and then I'm like, you know what? If I get one, I get one. I'm not gonna follow this.
Mm-hmm.
Cut to last week. Or the week, beginning of the week or the week before, Walmart was like, all right, listen, these hours we're gonna be in stock online. So naturally, I got my mind right. I labbed it out. I was like, I was trying to do add to cart to checkout. I was like labbing that out, trying to optimize that.
No problem, bro.
Took it online because if you just lab it, you're not ready to land it whenever. So I took it online.
Yeah.
I was like,
even with the latency,
yes.
You got it. Yeah, you got that combo down. No problem.
Yeah, I was on rollback though, so I had some good net code there.
That's some good practice right there, and we didn't do that. That's why we fucked up.
11:55. I'm like,
bet.
You heard me? Make sure my phone had battery. Because you don't bring a wireless controller to Evo. You know what I mean? You got to
plug
that in direct.
Yep.
Make sure just feel me.
Facts. Those are facts.
The night before I even prepped, I made sure I had my touch of deaths, right? So I made my Walmart account, added my information for my address and my card, so I can just go boom, character gone, right?
Yeah.
Now incoming, I already have my mix up, Randall, right?
Got it. He's ready.
1 minute left. I start refreshing a little bit before I was
just in case
a little bit, yeah.
Pre-fire, just in case they updated at 11:59 instead of 12. It could happen.
12 in case for some reason I blinked. At 12, my watch vibrated aggressively.
Yeah.
Just in case, No, it got me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, in stock. Light. In my car already. Boom. I was like, what's my address? Doesn't matter. Walmart remembered it.
Yeah.
Like that. What do you want to use for your card? I already set a preferred one. Boom. Right? Finalize order. I was like, yo. We're living like kings today, right?
Yeah.
And I hit that button. And it just goes white for a bit. I'm like, oh, okay, it's gonna take me to another page. And then I see that this matchup is bad for my character. So that's what I was labbing, making sure I know when it's my turn.
Yeah. That logo comes up spinning. They
Walmart
spinning.
Woke up, DP'd me for the final hit.
Oof. KO.
You think it's gonna be a respectful fight? I learned the match. I did the time. I did the Rocky montage.
Yep.
Turns out Walmart to Ken main.
Oof. They were just smashing that DP Randall.
So at this point already,
Dragon Punch.
Salty.
Yep.
All right.
That was strike one for me as well.
That was strike two for me because I don't forget. Right. I
remember the first time. Right.
That's strike two for me.
Yep.
It's like, let me just saltily work, let me get stuff done.
Yeah.
2:59 comes around.
Oof, here we go.
Again, I already labbed it out. I was like, you know what? If I don't take it out of my cart, I found new tech. What happened was like, I went on the Twitter page, the hashtag, my character. Yeah. I found new routes, right? If I leave it in my cart.
Yeah.
It's like a option select where either way I get this.
Yeah.
It's 2:59, light refreshing. I don't want to be locked out of the page. It's still Walmart.
Yeah.
I already don't have issues. I don't have trust with them at all. Trust issues with Walmart. It's 3:00. Aggressive again, just in case I was lagging. Starts just vibrating.
Okay.
Same process. I did I had more pep in my step. I double tap because I don't want to drop the combo on a 1-frame link. So I double tapped it.
Just in case. Registration's key.
Every hit matters, dude.
Yeah, you're gonna tell me I smashed square and triangle.
I got to my car. It was already in my car, so I just started the checkout process. Where do I live? Walmart knows.
Yep.
What am I paying with? Walmart
knows.
Finalizing the what's it called? I see my info. I'm like, light, whatever. That looks right. Check out. Goes white again. I'm like, oh shit,
Here we go.
maybe, maybe I didn't learn this. Maybe the Ken main I was playing before, he didn't know how to do this.
Yeah.
You know? And then I see the wake up
loading
box.
screen.
I knocked him down when it goes white. I knocked him down. This is in slow-mo what they're gonna do on wake up.
Yep.
Again, I gave my opponent too much respect. Like the first two, whatever. He's not gonna do it again. The rule of thirds.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think he's gonna do it. The third time, switch it up.
He did it.
No, it's out of stock, dude. Try again.
Oof. KO.
At this point, I'm in losers now. I lost the set.
Yep. It's over. You're not in losers.
I already
2-0. Fucking 2-0. It was close matches, but that scoreboard. Mm-hmm.
At this point, I forget what it's like to not type in caps, as you guys can remember.
Yeah, I remember that. I couldn't even see the background, dude. It was just all white with the
I had
font.
to get my phone
bolded
because my hand became guns, so I was just shooting letters on my phone.
Shit. I don't blame you, dude. When you lose those matches that close, something comes out of you. The animosity comes out.
So I finished the rest of my shift. I got out.
Yep.
On the way home, 5:55.
Yeah.
I'm outside. I haven't connected to Wi-Fi yet, so I got a little pep in my step.
Yep.
All right. I'm not waiting for anybody.
Yep.
Quick walking up those stairs.
Bro.
I'm not even gonna go into the bathroom. I'm gonna sit, load up my computer while still having the page up to optimize. I'm not gonna any type of frame drops on this.
Not happening.
I'm going wired.
Oof.
I'm going offline. This is LAN now.
Oof.
No online matches.
There's no
That's
latency.
What it was before. Yeah. None at all. Right?
None at all. None.
Again, I'm there at like 57. I cut it close this time. I wasn't ready. The 5-minute prep time.
Yeah.
5:59. Aggressively. I put it a minute earlier just in case. Again, not this anymore. I had both actually technically because I did this and I'm refreshing on here just in whichever one popped up first. That was my weapon.
Remember that tech I told you? I told you. It was gonna spread.
6 o'clock now. On both, I hit checkout.
Oh,
my
shit.
phone lacking.
Oof.
It didn't even register the button. I said, I turned it over. I was like, you're no good.
You lost. You're dead. You're fucking holding us back.
I sacrificed my point character. Like I don't need.
Yeah.
I have meter now. I have Phoenix in the back. I don't need you anymore.
Yeah, that horse is gonna get put down.
She can't control it. She has the bars.
Okay.
So I put that aside. Again, it knows where I live. It knows how I'm gonna pay. This time, I got past this.
Yeah.
It went away. The screen went white again. I was like, oh, I did it.
Yep. That's it. He's shaking my hand. He's getting up to walk to me to shake his hand.
I see a small white square or rectangle pop up. I'm like, what is this? Congratulations? Is this the trophy?
Yeah. It has to be. Yeah.
It says, click the checkbox below for your safety. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
Where's the checkbox?
Yo.
So I scrolled down, and that bar was following me. So it wasn't attached to that. It wasn't on the page behind it. I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe it's really zoomed in, buggy. A lot of people. Let me zoom out. The background got smaller. Where it says checkbox, same size. So like, what the fuck does this mean? Did I get it?
Yeah.
I swear, 30 seconds passed. I'm anxious. I look at my phone again. I see if it went through. I didn't get any fucking PayPal notification. Then, while staring at it, a checkbox shows up under. It's a CAPTCHA this entire time.
Oof.
So I was like, fuck it, yeah, I'm human, dude. I click it. No, we're out of stock.
Oof, fuck.
He literally picked Armika and called in Nadeshko, and that's how he got the win. He didn't wake up DP this time. Nadeshko beat me, not him.
Oof.
At this point, I'm almost swearing off the game. I'm about to tweet the devs. Like, yo, this shit's busted. I'm done playing this.
Fix it or you lose a pro gamer, dude.
Yeah. I'm down to my last match now. In losers. I'm almost out of the tournament.
Yeah.
It's 2-2. Last match.
Shit. This is when it counts, Randall. This is fight or flight.
I'm over here. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I'm reading them like a fiddle, but on the last hit, it always got me. So then my coach, I see him walk up to me. I'm like, oh, let me listen. So I'm angrily looking at Twitter. and I see a post. I don't remember if it was the Wario guy or the cheap ass gamer page.
Yeah.
PS5's online at Amazon 6 minutes ago. At this point, I'm like, it's not there. Why would it be there?
At 6 minutes, yeah. That's... Come on.
So I hit the link, whatever. My Amazon page loads up. It says in stock. Naturally, I thought it was lying, so I refreshed it.
Yo, you are fucking playing with fire.
In stock, but I was like, no, this is the disc version. Let me switch to digital. In stock. I did like E-Honda hands. E-Honda hands on my phone.
Yeah, as fast as possible.
And then it said purchase went through. And so I refreshed it again because I thought it was like the checkbox shit.
Yeah.
I see an email. I scroll down. Your order's been processed. So naturally, I was like, let me wait 5 minutes before it tells me, no, you're canceled. Actually, we ran out.
Yeah. That's fair.
5 minutes later, they didn't tell me.
Yeah.
And then I see a PayPal, like, oh, the charge went through.
Yep.
So now on eBay before, I've bought something. The next day, it's like, actually, no, that wasn't a real person.
Oh.
So at first I was excited.
Yeah.
I went back again, try to get your guys' console. And then I started typing to you guys, and it's like 1 per customer. It was still there, but it's like 1 per customer. I was like, damn,
gotcha.
Jackie.
Damn, Jackie.
So while triumphant, I was like dismissive. I was like, no, this is a fluke. Like his controller unplugged and we had to redo the match. That's what I was expecting.
I thought you were expecting like they just send you a controller. Like you accidentally bought the controller instead of the console.
So the cancellation never goes, and then I get shipping.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I don't remember seeing if it said PlayStation Store on the top. What if it's just a picture of the console? So the entire time I'm thinking, those days before Saturday, I'm just getting a picture of it. I got bamboozled. There's no way I'm getting the case and this on the same week. Bamboozled.
Not happening.
I wake up Saturday.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, your order is delivering today.
Yeah, a couple stops away or whatever.
I could have printed my order. It's not real PS5. And I load it up and it says 6 stops away.
Yep, on the way.
I'm like, what's the chances he just gets robbed while delivering this? And like they were gonna take the whole truck, but they saw the PS5, pistol whipped the guy, grabbed it, just ran. They're gonna cut my losses here.
That's $1,200 he can get right there.
At this point, I don't remember what I was doing. I think I was just playing Pokemon or something. Like, yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna have a PS5 to play. Let me just fucking grind out this Hitmonlee.
Okay.
But my phone's right here, so I still see the notification. I'm like, let me check if it moved. Maybe he ran out of gas and now he's stranded somewhere.
Yeah.
3 stops away. 3 stops away now, so he moved somehow. Maybe he grabbed it and just started walking. He's determined to get me this PS5 is what I'm thinking. Or this picture of one, because it's not the real thing. He's part of the joke.
So he's running with a portfolio, like a little fucking business vanilla fucking folder thing, and just running to your house?
They hired that guy for the joke, so he's in on it is what I'm thinking.
Got it.
Keep playing my Pokemon.
Yep, catch them all. You know?
I hear a knock on the door.
Oh,
here you go. They're going to slide the picture under the door. Then I'm going to open it.
Yeah.
He's like, here it is. They're like, yeah, it's delivered. He'll walk back in.
He doesn't even need a fucking signature, nothing. It's just, here you go.
He's going to know by the loud sobbing that the joke went through.
Yeah, we got him. Hey, Bezos, Jeff, we got him.
So then I'm still playing Pokemon. I hear the door open, whatever. Hey, thank you, whatever. I'm still playing Pokemon. At this point, I'm like, it's not it. Let me at least beat this gym. So I do.
Yeah.
Go eat, walk out. I see a box out there.
Not a portfolio. Not a trapper keeper.
So naturally, I go look at the box. I ate first because I'm not going to be like rush to that, get COVID for grabbing a picture of a PS5. I'm not going to do that. Let me let it marinate in some sanitation.
Yeah.
And I go and grab the box without reading who it's for, bring it over.
Yeah.
And I open it, I see cleaning supplies. I'm like, they got me. This is
Yep.
it.
Uh-huh.
Turns out it wasn't for me. It was for grandma or whatever.
Oh shit.
She
So I
bought
was
cleaning
like-
supplies.
It was some kind of like supplies, like household things.
Okay.
So I was like, in my head first, I was like, they got me. I knew this wasn't it.
Yep.
I guess I gotta clean something.
They sent a bunch of Glad and fucking Kleenex.
And she came in because she saw you
Uh-huh.
have the box. Like, wait, that's not for you, dude.
Did she
Yeah,
say,
what can I
did she walk in going, Jeff, we got him?
Yeah. She's like, this stupid fucker thought he got a PS5. Now he's just
Yeah.
gonna mop. And I look at the label, and it's her name. So I'm like, okay. So I guess it's still a few stops away. I look, it's like 2 stops away still. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
They got me the first half. Let's see if this is, they did this on
Yep.
purpose. They ordered it. The guy's not even, he's outside the complex. He just brought 1 box in just to tempt me, just so I can
Yeah.
get my hopes up and then have to clean the sadness away. Right? That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
There's some crazy setups they got.
So I come back, Pokemon for a bit. I hear another knock. Hey, yeah, thank you, whatever. Yeah. I'm not gonna rush out there again just for cleaning supplies.
No, you fell for it once. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fool me once.
So I got up, filled up my water bottle. I saw a box.
Okay.
I saw another box. I made sure I looked at. I didn't open it. I
What's
saw that it
with
said
no one telling him that the box was for him?
That's how it works, bro. So you got to figure it out yourself. That's the journey for manhood.
Yeah.
Or unless only thing I can think of, it has to go through quarantine first,
Yeah. We.
and then he's allowed to touch it.
Yeah.
After going into a clean room and giving him his card.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens without the card.
It marinates in the sanitation. We just like, oh.
Uh-huh.
I get my water. I do like I'm judging it. I walk by. I'm like, but you ain't shit. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm
Yeah,
saying,
like,
but I see
I
my
clean
name
it.
on it. And
okay.
so in my head, I'm like, I probably ordered another jacket or something. That's not what it is. Maybe I ordered something like half asleep.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
before the console came, I ordered jackets. So I was like,
Okay.
maybe I accidentally ordered another one, and it was like back ordered.
It happens.
Play,
People.
play some more Pokemon for about an hour or so. Let it marinate over there.
Uh-huh.
What? An
Yeah.
hour?
Yeah.
So it sat in your kitchen for an hour.
At the front door.
The front door.
Yeah,
for
front
an
door.
hour.
Again, I opened cleaning supplies and thought a PS5 was in. I'm not gonna have that kind of. I don't
This
need
is-
a roller coaster. Yeah,
This is Brian waking up thinking my Game Boy was his Game Boy. All
Yeah.
over again.
I could have swore that Game Boy was mine, and then
I
it was
know.
cleaning supplies.
Boy, were you wrong.
Finally, I walk out there because my case was still out there too. I left it. But that one didn't come in. I saw the case there. So like, okay, I got one nice thing. It's gonna balance out where I just bought like a printer instead of a PS5. That's what happened.
Uh-huh.
I grabbed the box. It's still wrapped in the brown
Uh-huh.
Amazon box. I bring it over here. I grab my scissors. I stare at it for a bit just in case I can see through it. Like the paint comes off and it's not really Amazon. It's like a bomb or something.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Hey, Randall, you got to take all precautions, bro. Like,
I cut the box open, and not even completely, because before I did that with the cleaning one, and I was like, no. So I cut it, and then I went, just to make sure I'm not gonna waste my time opening the whole box
uh-huh.
for like a fucking ladle or something.
A ladle.
And then I
Okay.
see what looks like a router. So like, okay, this has to be the console. At this point, I rip it open. It says PS5, but it's still in the box. So again, I still think it's not really the box of a PS5. It's just a box with a picture of the box over it.
Gotcha.
I heard it was surprisingly heavy.
Yeah,
for a console.
it's
Randall,
pretty-
I'm telling you, it looks hideous. It's a massive, heavy, just looks hideous.
It's like this. It's like what, this big.
Yeah, I mean, that's not gonna help anyone, right?
Yeah, is it to the right?
It's to his. Yeah, he can. It's a fucking monstrosity. It's just look at it. Ugh. I'm probably gonna end up. I hope the Xbox doesn't look that bad.
It's a box. There's no surprise in that.
But like how.
It's smaller than the PS5.
Okay, but it might not be small enough. You know what I'm saying?
You haven't seen the pictures? There's pictures of them standing right next to each other.
I guess, but 90% of that is heat sink. I mean, I believe it. It just looks nasty, dude. It doesn't look as big as it is on camera. Well, I mean, I've seen Bryant's in person, and that was way too big for a console. But that's just my personal,
I mean, it's not gonna look that big, but you have to keep in mind that my desk is pretty wide, and it takes up maybe like
a good portion of it,
almost
a third of it.
My desk, yeah.
I don't know, but that's just I saw it yesterday in person, and I was like,
yeah.
Fuck.
So yeah, I'm looking at a box that I think is just a printed picture of the box over the box.
Yeah.
Finally, I'm like, you know what? Go for broke. I grab it, I pull it out, just wait till it's like so. Either it's really elaborate.
Yeah, there's some rocks in there.
Yeah, it's some rocks. Yeah, and the fucking guy got me again. He ran over and he got me again. And then I open it, wrapped up. I didn't see any rocks. It didn't look like any rocks. It looked like something in there that was actually electronic. Unwrap the white saran wrap or whatever, and then I see it. It's actually there. So in my head, when I plug it in, it's gonna explode. That's the only way that this makes sense. That I get a console, but that's so like someone rigged it.
Yeah.
This is the
level of paranoia.
What is it called? Confession. This is the confession of an emotionally battered man.
Yeah.
The console is in front of him, and he is still thinking of ways this whole thing can go south.
Because it could just be filled with like metals inside. It's not an actually operating system. Like, hit the power button, nothing happens. It could just be molded by some sort of fucking metal or something.
Yeah. So.
And even if he turns it on, it could just be a PS3 in there.
Jeez.
Yeah, some sort of thing. So I ended up I left it unboxed, and I went to go shower. Just in case it dissolves, and that's like
a cake.
Something weird. I went to go shower, and then I came back. I would just check the package track and be like, "Cool, it's here." They're
two different people.
Yeah. So I finished showering. I plug everything in, and then I hit the button. Beep! It does the same sound as like the PS4 and PS3.
Okay.
And then it comes up. Oh, English, pick your language. But it was talking to me, so it scared me at first. I put my headphones on.
That junk is cool.
And it reads the menu. I was like, what the fuck?
I've seen that. That junk is really cool.
So I turned that off immediately. And then I...
Yep.
Wait, you turn what off?
I'm like, that sounds like something I would just immediately turn it off. I don't want to fucking talk to you.
Well, you turned it off?
Yeah, I don't need her to tell me things I can read.
Yeah, like I'm like, okay.
OG PS3?
Yes.
I don't remember how big that, but this is huge.
This is the biggest fucking PlayStation I've ever seen in my life.
It's very close to just how big a computer is, like a desktop.
Have you guys ever used a Dell Optiplex, things like at school that they laid down? And, like, you go to like the computer lab and they have a monitor on top of the computer. Mm-hmm. That's what that is. The computer. That's how big this fucking thing is. I guess not modern ones, older ones, because now there's smaller versions of that. Go ahead.
So it's plugged in. I do my settings. I forget what my password was. It took me a bit to actually log into my what's it called. And then it just started updating. I'm like, okay, so far it hasn't exploded. But what if like when I try to restart it, it's just gonna brick, and then now I just have this here.
You do actually have the risk until make sure to update. So anyone who has a PS5. There is a bug where if you leave it to hibernate or like quick resume or whatever, it can just brick your system. There's an update out now that's almost a gig update that fixes that. So you might need to do that.
Jeez.
So I probably need to do that then.
So if you haven't updated your PS5, when you finish a game, quit out of it. Do not suspend it.
Yeah, I don't suspend those things.
Because that was causing bricks. And I don't mean, let me just restart it. Dead. $500 paperweight. So exit until you get the update. Go ahead, Brian.
Installed the update, whatever, restarted. I was like, it's gonna brick. It didn't brick there. So I was like, okay, so what's the catch? I'm still thinking, what's the catch here?
Mm-hmm. Porn. You think you're gonna play a game and it's just rigged with porn.
I went to the PlayStation store. Like, what am I gonna get first? What's my game? I canceled my pre-order for Hyrule Warriors because I was like, this game costs $70 fucking bucks now.
Well, which one?
On this router. Demon Souls does.
Oh yeah, that's
So
been a thing now, where they might be increasing it.
It was between Spider-Man and Demon Souls.
Okay.
And I was like, what am I going to get more game time out of? Probably Demon Souls, because I'm going to be dying a lot.
A lot. Yeah.
I'm also more partial to Peter Parker as Spidey. And I heard that this is like a smaller, condensed, just like a story expansion, essentially.
I don't know. I played an hour of it, and it plays. The combat's the same, and the swinging is the same. Different animations, but it still feels the same.
I figured someone else is probably gonna have this that I know. I can probably watch them.
Okay.
So let me get Demon Souls.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw the price was a whole 70. In my head, I thought if you get digital, maybe they're still 60. That's what I thought. But they're like, nah, fuck that shit. But I did hear that it's on the dev side. They decided it's 70 because Cyberpunk's gonna be 60.
Yes.
Games installing, whatever. I go back to Pokemon because that's offline. I'm watching it on this monitor to make sure it actually installs.
Yep.
And then, cool, it installed. I'll stream this tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Still thinking that when I wake up, it's not gonna be there. Somehow it walked out. It's like a gremlin. I don't know. I'm not expecting it to be there.
Small soldiers.
Yeah.
Is it small soldiers or toy soldiers?
The guy is a contortionist. The guy who delivered it.
Yeah.
And he baited me twice, so that I can be like, I got it, and then he's gonna take it and go under my door, and then he's out.
And he's out of there. Damn, that's elaborate.
He was gonna go under the door while I was closed.
Yeah.
He's gonna get the picture too that he slid under. He's gonna
get
that
Looney Tunes style.
I eat cereal for breakfast. I do whatever. Get ready to start streaming. Blow the game up. Start streaming, making my character. Had to poop, so I left. Came back. My monitor turned off, but the console was on. And so in my head, it went to sleep. I'm like, there you go, bricked. I'm done.
Yep.
But then I saw the monitor went to sleep. So I hit it. Fine. We're good.
Okay. Sounds good.
Start playing it. The Demon Souls, I haven't played too much, so I can't review it. But from what I played, the combat's not as annoying as I remembered it to be. And the game's really pretty now.
Yeah, every time I've seen it in trailers, my God. I just want to give him money for all the hard work. The artist.
So I'm playing it. And then two nice things in 1 week. So my capture card is like, let me humble you.
Yeah.
And it immediately is like freezes on my stream. I can still see the game moving, but the stream is just photo. Yep. It's a screenshot.
Yep.
Fucking around with it just did not respect me. I'm done with my stream. I'm not gonna make myself more salty. I'm gonna cherish this W, this rare W, the double W. I got a double W. And then I'm just gonna, whenever my setup is back to being installed like we did yesterday, I'm gonna try streaming again.
Javi says the game looks too good, makes me think Elden Ring isn't gonna look that good. That all depends on what tech they're using for that game. Keep in mind, this is it's like a remaster, and they're not even using ray tracing in it. Like all the Demon Souls remaster, I don't think uses any ray tracing because they said that that's just extra power they could have used on something else, which they definitely used it on something else because everything looks fantastic.
So that's my my PlayStation 5. That's my PS5 Saga. That's Chapter 1 concluded.
There you go, Randall. You have the beginning, middle, end. No ray tracing. Yeah. Is it just sexy? That's why I can't stand people who just type in a sentence and then type in afterwards. All of that should have been one fucking input, Kelsey. Not just no ray tracing. Yeah, I just said that. And then he puts in just sexiness. So he knew he was going to say just sexiness, but waited. Sort it out. Sort it out. Look, fucking ban him? I'm kidding. Johan, don't ban him. Or Javi.
Let's see.
Yeah, right. And then on to the next day was yesterday.
Controller review, I guess.
Oh, yeah, the controller.
I can hold this up if you guys want. Okay. So
NDA.
It feels way bigger. Yeah. So it feels way bigger than the PS4 one. A lot less comfortable. It like boomerangs at the bottom, so I feel like I'm over here with my arms like this while using it. Fucking weird.
Uh-huh.
The D-pad is yuck because if it doesn't, you don't feel like you're pressing it. It just feels like somebody just
jelly.
put a bunch
Like
of
it
yeah,
feels like a gel instead of like an actual mechanical thing
yeah, like
inside.
no feedback under it.
Ooh. So it's not mechanical then. It has that rubber shit that they used to have in the controllers.
I think that's what it is. And
Ugh.
I have to use it more because it could be I'm just not used to it, but it just feels bulky, and the D-pad's yuck. But maybe it's because it's not broken in.
Maybe.
The vibration scared the shit out of me because it's like throughout the controller, which I guess is cool.
Because it's per trigger as well. So if you're, depending on the game, how they have it programmed, if you're like shooting a gun or pulling back an arrow and straining it, this different side, it'll be different vibrations and different intensities depending on where it's at. The haptic feedback.
Yeah,
Only in next gen.
As of right now, I'm not really too impressed with it.
Okay. And then on to W number 2. I have never put together a case with cable management in mind, like fancy display cable management where everything's behind the board. Boy, did I have my first time yesterday putting it for Brian. The haptic feedback or the PS5? What? I don't know what the latency is. I don't know what the hell he's commenting on. Cable management is great. It sure is. And it's also a huge time waster. Anywho.
Did I take pictures of it?
I don't know if Brian did. I did the work and got out. I got home like at 1 o'clock, 1:30, and I still wasn't really finished setting his shit up. I got his thing to boot from the NVMe drive. And then I also wanted to do more stuff, but it was already 1 o'clock and I worked today, so I had to leave.
I'm not impressed with the feedback or the controller. The feedback felt cool. The controller itself I wasn't impressed with. The PS5 visually it's gross, but it seems it's nice. They redid the menu too. I forgot to mention. So it's not the old PS4 one. This one's a little weird because everything's just
offset
far apart.
Yeah, they're on the top left. Then there's something on the top right, just so it can show off wallpapers.
I don't know if you can put themes or not. I tried to see if I can get themes, but I couldn't find it. But the only thing I'm not impressed with is the way the PS5 looks and the controller overall. But that could change. I don't think me looking at it is going to change, but the PS5 controller might feel better.
Yeah. And then so Brian got his custom N7 case from NZXT, and I'm like, well, here we go. Let's start moving. And he got a motherboard that can actually have another PCI slot, so he can use his capture card correctly. He is currently running that computer now. It looks. I asked him if everything works so far. Yes. The only thing we need left to test, I guess, is his stream. So when he streams with the PS5, I guess, and the camera running, it shouldn't shit the bed. Because now he has a dedicated PCI Express lane instead of the fucking MacGyver way we connected it before. So, and you have an NVMe drive. So, lit. So now he can actually stream his PS5 without it blowing up on him? It should, in theory, because it has an entire lane to it. It's installed properly now, not MacGyvered.
What kind of capture card do you have?
He has the AverMedia Live Duo, where you can put in a camera and the game, like a console or another PC, all in one card. And they're two separate captures.
To answer your question, Kelsey, on paper, shouldn't blow up, but remember, anytime something remotely nice happens, I have to be humbled in some way. Now, two nice things happen, right?
Yep.
I'm still waiting. I was expecting a bulldozer to just take only my PS5. It just came through.
Just the second floor. Yeah.
Yeah. Just something. I'm waiting on the humbling part. When I try to stream.
Setting that shit up yesterday took so many hours. And I'm like, it's because I want to mitigate. I wanted to keep using the cable comes so laid out so you can cable manage it. So that was easy. So we could just route everything in the back. It's just Brian has older PSUs and stuff. So not everything was modular. So I had to fucking pull wires everywhere. So the only thing that's visible that's not pretty looking is the PCI Express power from the GPU, but everything else looks super clean. It's the first time I did it, and it ended up looking really nice. It's just that one cable comes out and looks kind of yuck. But if Brian wanted to, he can just open up that glass, put a statue of Shepherd or something on there, and then close the glass and make it look dope. It looks really neat. The case looks solid. Uh, it works, easy to install as well. Like the case came with like instead of the individual pins for putting on like the power reset, the whatever, it comes bundled in one, and you just put the whole thing on top of the actual pins, and it's all set up. Same with like I think the RGB that's in there and the fans, all from one SATA power thing. So I just connect that to the PSU, and everything was powering up. Super convenient. And then it was like all set up so you can make it look pretty. So shout out for that.
When inside his computer has RGB.
Just the light behind the Spectre armor has like the white with red in the middle, so that's in the case, like extruding outward where you would put the cables from, and underneath that lights up. I don't know if you can change the color or not. Maybe with a controller, like Brian was saying, like you can get like a RGB controller that you can connect to the case that has like a module. He didn't have that, so we didn't hook it up.
I'm fine leaving it like that because now it looks like the loading screen where you're in his room and it's just like a white light.
Yeah. Was this a modular power supply? It's partially modular. So the CPU, motherboard, and I think the CPU and the motherboard cables are still attached to it, and then the rest, like the accessories, like the PCI Express, SATA, and all that's modular. So he doesn't have that many cables coming out of the power supply, which is why it's nice and clean. You could also stuff it underneath in the basement of the case, where the PSU is hiding, because you don't even see the PSU because it's hiding underneath of it. But it has plenty of ventilation behind it and to the side, so it's a neat case. I like it.
The people emailed me back about the charm. Like, oh, I'm sorry, we can send you another one just to give us your serial number. And I was like, I can't do this to them. Like, I found it.
Oh, that was fucking hilarious. No, that's not bad. I used to go full modular, but that sounds pretty great. All those extra cables are annoying to tuck in when it's all attached. But this like case was built for that. Like it looks like it was designed so even if you do need to stash them away, it's a nice area on the bottom where you can stash all that cable. Granted, it's kind of empty for Brian because it's partially modular, so it's kind of empty down there, which is great. But I don't know. I've never had that case before, or those types of cases, but that was pretty neat, and it ended up looking really sharp. Did you end up cleaning the glass? I actually stained it because I have dirty fingers, so not stained it, but it's like you can see the prints.
No, I didn't wipe it yet. I'm assuming whenever I do undust that I'll just clean it.
Yeah, so I mean, he's got a new rig now with a proper installation of fucking capture cards, an NVMe drive that we cloned.
So, I guess you guys don't have that. Oh snap! Something new is coming. Fever. Whenever I get something new, I feel like I need to clean everything before it arrives.
No, clean my
room.
Oh,
no,
I'm talking about stuff that has nothing to do with the purchase.
Mm-hmm.
No, bro, the purchase itself was clean until I got my hands on it and I started like installing the stuff. That's why I got messed up and I had to leave at night.
No, I'm not talking about. Go ahead, Brian.
He's saying like, oh, I got a new console. Let me go clean my lamp. That's what he's saying. Like, let me make sure that when it comes here, my lamp is pristine for it.
What are you talking about?
Saying.
Yeah, whenever I get any new piece of hardware or anything, like I'm compelled to clean my room or whatever.
So when it arrives, when you lay it on its new bed, it smells like you just washed it.
Yeah, like when it arrives, everything around it is clean. Like I don't think like that. I just don't know. I've always been like that ever since I was little. Like whenever I get something new, I can get a new game, not a console, just a new game, and I would clean my room and everything before I got it.
Well, that's probably because that makes sense because maybe your upbringing, like your mom or dad would be like, "Yo, clean your room before you get in the game." So you make sure you have no chores, and then so you can play.
Maybe.
So it's like, oh, my new shit's coming. I got to make sure I have everything done. And so when it gets here, all I can focus on is that.
For me, it's more like, let me be productive because if I'm let down, at least I did something nice today.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
So that's why I put Bob Ross next to my hitbox, you know.
They've been moving a lot of the cases to include the entire bottom row for just PSU or for stored extra hard drives, and top areas the pretty open. That's what Brian, that's the type of design Brian's is. Like, I was able to mount his SSD on the back side of the motherboard too, which saved up space. And like the two physical hard drives he had were underneath down there too, where with the PSU stash. Everything was like nicely laid out, so the computer looks super clean. Like it's display worthy.
was contemplating looking up Black Friday sales for SSDs to replace the disk one.
You have that one in slot, so we can just install it and then boop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when Black Friday comes and I see the computer parts, I'm gonna be like Alt F4. We can't. No temptation. Excuse me. Yeah, the SSD sit on the back.
I thought you was going to buy a new computer.
I know, Randall. I have like have you ever been to PCPartPicker.com? I have like 7 lists of the different builds. I've been just like, oh, that looks like a good build, and I save it and just leave it.
Why are they different?
One of them's completely AMD. One of them's a mix between Intel and an NVIDIA card. One of them's like an ITX build, so I can make the smallest console computer.
One of his
and
DPS, he's a tank.
Yeah, like I have so many different builds. I'm like, oh, I wonder how that would turn out. And then I'm like, oh, that looks good. And I look at the price and I'm like, I'll take 4.
I mean, I used to do that on Nike ID. I would literally load it up, knowing I can't afford this, and then just make a bunch of shoes and save them.
If you're using M2 drives, yeah, the M2 drives I looked up before I told him to buy it. Both of the M2 drives on his X57, X570 chipset are all PCI Express. They're not SATAs. So if he does get another M2, he's gonna disable the PCI, the capture card's PCI Express. So I told him if he's gonna get another 8 and NVMe, he's got to replace the one he has instead of add to it.
No, I just replaced the hard. I could have swore everything I had was an SSD, but it turns out just my C drive was.
Yeah.
So what I'll probably do is just replace that C drive, which is my games one, I think. The terabyte that's just an HDD, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And get an SSD, and then when SSDs go stupid obsolete, then I'll probably upgrade.
SSDs aren't gonna go stupid obsolete. It's still gonna be like solid state drives are still gonna be a thing. It's just what interface they use. Right now, NVMe is the way to go. That's what these new consoles are using.
The one that I have, the old SSDs are just like, you use that?
Gotcha. But yeah,
it's nice to look down. And I get to see that I got the 493rd version of this case.
Yeah, you barely made it, dude.
Yeah, it's like N7, and there's only 7 away from being the last one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I really want an ITX build. I want a briefcase that I could just carry around. Yeah, dude, I have a list of what case I would use for an ITX build, everything, dude. And it's like it's like barely this big, and it's like this wide. It's like, oh, I could just take that with me. Still, it's just gonna live there forever. PC part picker is like my Home Depot, but in digital form. I just go around looking at shit. Oh, that looks pretty good. Oh, I could probably put that in my bathroom and just put it on the list, you know? Anywho. So yeah, we got that set up. Brian's got the 2W set up, ready to go. We'll see what it looks like in his stream later this week. But we'll get to that later.
For the balancing out now.
The balancing out is going to be like, oh, Demon Souls is great, and then it's going to bash any hope of you wanting to play it again.
I don't expect to do well for it. I expect like 7 playthroughs before I get to like halfway through the game.
Mm-hmm.
When I played it initially on PS3, I got to the second world and then I stopped playing. So I intend to beat this at least now, but I also thought that I would like Paper Mario, and look where we are here. So
yeah, third person now to just like abandon it. So
I think I abandoned it first, actually.
As in the third person that I know, not like in order chronologically.
Now put me in order.
Oh, okay, 0. That's it. I mean, that's Brian's anthology right there. Until what happens this week, you know. Kelsey, I don't know how long you've been here, but on this Saturday we're doing more of the Dragon Ball stuff. I guess I'll message you Saturday morning. Anywho, on to shit we watched and played. I guess I can get Call of Duty out of the way. No, actually, since Kelsey's watching, I watched Bulletproof, 1996 movie with Adam Sandler and Damian Wayans. Damian or Damon Wayans? It's Damon. Damian came up because of Batman. Which reminds me that we gotta watch that. Death in the Family's out. The animated movie Batman, Death in the Family, is out. I completely forgot. Yeah, that's why I saw it.
Year?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna watch that, and that counts for my movie count.
Which I forgot it came out.
What movie did we watch also kind of just The Invisible Man?
That was this year? Yes. No, yeah, it was The Invisible Man, sorry. Okay. Is
So
that it?
I'm trying to think if I'm going to add it on this or not.
I think you were fighting somebody. Like you were like trying to. Yeah. I think I did see this movie, Kelsey, but as a kid, or maybe I saw a trailer or something. Because there's scenes in this that I'm like, I remember this. I've seen this before. But like the whole movie, I don't remember watching the whole thing. I might have seen it maybe as a kid. My dad was watching it or something, and I walked by. But yeah, I guess the first. That's not a spoiler, but so the movie's about Adam Sandler and Damon Wayans are like thieves, whatever the case is. Adam Sandler's character gets Damon Wayans' character into like a huge drug operation kind of thing, only to find out that Damon Wayans is an undercover cop. And when he goes for the bust, Adam Sandler's character gets away, and then he gets shot in the head. Damon Wayans' character, but then he survives, and now he has a metal plate on him. But then after he comes back after the metal plate, and he gets after recovery, he gets assigned to Adam Sandler's character to help bust the drug lord he was trying to get in. If that makes sense, because he's obviously the drug lord's after Adam Sandler to kill him because he can talk about his whole operation. So he made a deal with the. Yeah, Adam shoots him in the head. Adam Sandler shoots him in the head on accident. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so he's helping the feds like bust the actual drug dealer, and then Damon Wayans gets assigned to him because Adam Sandler's character actually requested him. So there's a tension right off the bat with them, but it's like comedic banter back and forth. So it's that all the way through and through. Adam Sandler's delivery and Damon Wayans' delivery, fantastic. They're both comedians. It shines through it. The plot is nothing special. You kind of see what everything is gonna like. The overarching plot, you see what's gonna happen between the arc between them, because they're like, oh, they hate each other, but then you can kind of see what they'll be friends by the end of it. The main baddie, you know he's gonna get caught. The journey is what's funny. The whole overarching thing, it's fine. My favorite part is when they get to like a hotel out in bumfuck nowhere, and there's like this dude who's like some white dude who's at the like the register or whatever, and Adam Sandler goes and starts like hitting on him and his wife. He's like, hey, you want to do a threesome or something? Like that segment, that part of the whole movie was probably my favorite part. Because then they end up there's like no rooms like available except the love suite, so they were playing about like making gay jokes between each other and stuff like that. And then Adam Sandler singing, I think it was singing Whitney Houston in the shower. Like that part of it was my favorite part. And then them running away in the middle of the night, and then the guy ends up like being a badass dude who owns this fucking forest and drives up and saves them. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I love that one. Look at how he stands. You know he wants it. Yes, that's what he says to him. Because he's bent over on the phone or looking for something, and it shows an ass shot for Damon Wayans, and Adam Sandler's like, look at him over there. You know he wants it. And it makes him more and more and more gay jokes. It's great. I got piss on me. It's again, it's an old like 96 movie, but the comedy still shines through. The plot and stuff is kind of like whatever. You'll get through it, you know what's gonna happen, but the jokes are funny. The chemistry between Damon and Adam are there. So I mean, I recommend it. Just gotta keep in mind this is a 96 movie. So there's some stunt and action stuff where it's like, okay, that does not age well. Like some of the action sequences, but it's like a comedy action movie from that time. I got pissed on me. Yeah, I read that already. Sorry.
You wrote that as part of my favorite line. That's what you missed.
Yeah, that's what I missed. Yeah, I'm like, it looked like it moved. I'm like, did I read that too? Anyway, but yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. Ended up watching it on Peacock TV, the NBC streaming service that was on there. Out of all places to find it, and it's on there to watch for free. So it's just there's some ads in between, but that's nothing to worry about. It's like a minute or two. But that's that. I saw that like earlier on last week, and then Friday came along, and I'm like, oh shit, Black Ops is out, Cold War. And I wanted to review the campaign because I sat down and played the campaign Friday night. I was waiting for Jan to come over, but she was held back for some other stuff. So I was there till like 12, maybe 1 a.m., just going through the campaign. This is probably my favorite Call of Duty campaign.
Why?
And I'm going to tell you why.
Because Ronald Reagan's in it.
Ronald Reagan is in like his voice is throughout it, but he's only in the first cutscene. what makes this campaign cool, which I wish they had more of, like they didn't do this enough. That's how I know I wanted more of it.
They needed more Ronald Reagan.
No, I didn't want more Ronald Reagan.
Reagan alert.
Yeah, gay gamer alert. Oh my god, that was funny. That's an inside joke, sorry. So it takes place in the 80s, so obviously the soundtrack's banging because it's like 80 songs happening. It's about espionage. It's Black Ops, so you're doing things off the record. The cool part is it is a linear game, but there's a hub, like a mission hub where you and your team do missions to find out the spies that are in this Cold War, working for Russia or like whatever the case is. So you get to a point in the story where you now are at a central hub with all the characters are memorable because he has a specific team. There's one called ADLR, and I'm like, oh, is that me? He got crazy fucking 80s glasses. He got a scar on his face. He's lit. You got the guy from the previous Black Ops, stubby like this. He looks just like me. Black hair, black beard. Woods? Something Woods. I forget their names, but they're all like they have their quirks and stuff. The chick from Britain, she's like MI6 or something. They all have like lines. They have arcs, like small arcs throughout the story. So you kind of like gravitate towards whoever you like.
Is she pretty?
Yeah. She's not ugly, you know.
Okay.
That makes sense, and she has the accent, so that usually adds points, you know. Anywho, so the thing I like is that there's actual espionage and like decoding you have to do as the user or gamer. So you're thinking, oh, that's not cool. We can just look it up and find the answer. Boy, are you wrong. So what they ended up doing is, yes, the manner of which you figure out these puzzles to figure out who the correct spies are and gain access to these secret missions is sort of the same, but they randomize it per user, per person. So my decoding is gonna be different than his if he started playing it, and different than yours, and different than yours, and yours, and yours, and everyone's. So, like for example, there's one where you have to find like figure out by getting evidence throughout missions. Like you play the missions that you do in campaign, and you'll find evidence so it can help you narrow down a suspect or decode a thing so you can unlock a ring of spies that you can take out later on. So like there's one of them where there's like 9 suspects, but you can only target 3 for that mission. So you have to make sure you get the 3 and then do the mission and make sure it's correct. And the things you do is you play the regular main missions so you can get evidence or intel so you can do the side missions correctly. So one of them will be like, oh, the code name something, a bearded lady was in Chicago at this time. So now you look through the dossiers and all the intel stuff that you currently have and see who of all these suspects was in there at that time or in that location. And then you'll see like another like intel about dialogue done between characters, and you have to see what the proverbs are. Are they mentioning a she, a he, so you can knock down, okay, so this person was here in Chicago, but they were mentioning he's, but this is a girl, so she probably wasn't the one there. Like things like that, and that's randomized per person. There's another one where you have to like figure out locations and like number sequences, like a password to like a decoder thing. So you have to figure out the number, coded keyword, and then the passphrase. And that's linked to like the different airwave frequencies like Orlando, Seattle, Raleigh, all these other places that gets randomized numbers. And then you get like a newspaper that has hidden code on it, so different letters like highlight or whatever the case is. So you have to like make a word out of the highlighted jumbled letters and see if whatever word that you make links up to some other intel you have. It's like multi-layered fucking things that you get as you're playing and you're getting intel and stuff. So that stuff, I wish they had more and more of it because I loved it. And then there's the action sequences, which were really good this time around. Like, you driving behind a plane that's trying to escape, like gunning down people, and the fucking plane flips over and shit, cool stuff like that. And then there's like another espionage mission where you play as an informant for your team that's in the KGB, like in their building.
KGB.
And you have to find a way to use to steal a key card from one of the higher ups because they declined everybody's key card to increase security, but to let the you as your character in, you play as the informant, so you can get a key to let yourself in, so you can carry out the mission in the KGB, so you can steal more intel. So now you're pretending like you're the informant, trying to find a way to either poison the general, go through the arm. You have like 7 different ways to try and get the key card. And so you're sitting there trying to play stealth and shit, like, or not stealth because they see you, but like playing undercover, which I thought was really fun to do, sneaking around, not hacking, but like exporting a new key card, going to the armory, faking papers to go to the armory legit, or try to take them out silently if you wanted to, like wait for some like the patrol to walk by, knock them out, drag them somewhere. You can pick up bodies and hide them. Like each mission was like like they had an idea. It's like, oh, what if they did this in this mission, and they executed it pretty well. Then the informant, they're like, oh, what if we do like an informant mission, and you have to like get the people in, executed it well. Action sequences like on the way out of the KGB, because spoilers, it doesn't always go as planned, and you have to fucking shoot your way out of something. Also a fun sequence. Like each mission was getting better and better and better right up until the end, until it ended. And then I got to the point where I'm like, damn, I wish it was more, if that makes sense. The ending ended up being super trippy, but it all tied the story together in a nice way. It's like, oh, okay, I see how they kind of connected it.
So you finished the campaign.
Yeah, I finished the campaign on Friday. I was like all in. I had like my Google Keep notes, keeping track of like intel and stuff, trying to figure out who's what. All of that was pretty fun. Yeah, I'm serious. You had to write the shit down to keep track of some of the stuff.
That's how games used to be back in the day.
And I liked it because I'm like, I got to a point where like literally I'm like, I don't want to figure this out. I'm gonna go look it up. And then on the internet, it's like, no, we can't tell you what the actual answer is. We can tell you how to try to solve it because it's like the evidence is randomized. So it's like, oh well, that's new. And then that's when I'm like, oh, so they're actually doing something different this time around, which I just definitely enjoyed. So like, in terms of campaign, I usually play the campaigns and just beeline towards it because it's always so linear. Doesn't change drastically. It's just now that you have like mission selections and gathering intel is not just, oh, I got the achievement for collecting the intel. People are just like, oh, there's a collectible you can hide. Now the collectibles feeds into another system, if that makes sense, of doing the side missions correctly, because now you have to pinpoint what's the actual evidence to get through to the mission stuff. So I thought that was cool because it wasn't just a useless picking up of intel. It was like picking up of stuff that was actually part of the narrative and part of like gameplay. Granted, it's a small part of the gameplay, but I like there was something instead of just, oh, I don't really ever have to look for the intel. And there's some levels where if you play it differently, you might miss the intel entirely. Like if you didn't, for the informant episode, there's an intel there's intel there that can help you solve one of the riddles or like the solution or decode it. But if you play it like guns ho and not the sneaky way, you will never get that intel. So you have to try that level multiple times. I just happen to do the rat version of it, try to be sneaky and not confront the general and just kill him. So, and I happened to run into the intel I needed to complete doing one of the side missions, which I thought was really cool. And I don't know, I haven't played the multiplayer yet or zombies, but the campaign I did sit down and play it on Saturday or Friday. Yeah, I did. The beta. I don't know if they made any like new mode changes or new maps or anything, but
you can play.
I'm talking about from release. No, I didn't play like the lasagna mode. So
apparently, a friend of mine told me that. Do you remember how you think Randall's asleep?
He's fighting it right now. I just looked over and his eyes were like.
Friend of mine, you know how in the other Call of Duties, each mode you had your own like XP and leveling, like in zombies you're this level.
Yeah.
A friend of mine told me that it's shared throughout every mode.
Yeah, now everything is ever the same thing. So you can level your guns in zombies, and then bring it over to multiplayer, and your gun will be level whatever. So you have all the attachments.
That's cool. I was never really a fan of zombies, so that would be an incentive to do that.
And it's crossplay, so I got it on console because I got tired of fucking installing 200 gigs on my fucking PC.
The bit that I've seen of it just felt like it took longer to kill, and I'm never a fan of taking longer to kill.
Oh.
But if they do what they did, I don't remember which Call of Duty, where they'll just sell the multiplayer separate.
Mm-hmm.
For like cheaper, I would maybe think about getting it.
That was a limited time thing they did with Modern Warfare. I don't know if they'll do it again. And speaking of, I forgot to mention, the dialogue and the acting was really good in the campaign. There's like sequences where you're interrogating people and asking them different questions. Like you're able to, there's like question selections in the campaign. Like you can decide how to dialogue options, and I'm like, what are they doing? They're changing the game up here, which is great to see. And that's it. I recommend the campaign. I guess for the people who already have it, I'm not going to try to sit here and tell you, oh, you need to get Call of Duty for this. But if you already have it and you usually don't play the campaign, this one's not one to miss, because I think it was really fun to do. So if you already have Cold War and you just jumped straight into multiplayer or zombies, dedicate an afternoon to the campaign. You might like it. It was actually pretty fun. And that's all I got there. For Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War. Brian, I need you to tell me about your music listening experience. You listening to some singles? It looks like, and actually a project there. What we got?
There's only 2 songs. Hold on, I accidentally closed the document.
Okay, well, I can just tell you what you got to talk about.
I want to see it.
Okay.
Give me a second to load into my BIOS.
Username, thick boy. Password, all juicy.
You got me. Which one am I starting with?
Whichever one, either one, but do you feel comfortable? I mean, I heard Billie Eilish one. I usually don't put like singles up on here until the the project drops. But we could talk about Billie Eilish's.
I'm gonna go in order then, and I'm gonna tell you out of the 3 which one I had a more pleasant time. I'm gonna tell you what won. I liked doing that last time with the movies. I'm gonna tell you what won. But
Okay.
I'm gonna go through all of them.
Go for it.
So Billie Eilish, Therefore I Am.
Yes.
Sonically, sounded good, sounded familiar, sounded like something that was on the album before.
That previous album. Yep, I agree with that.
Down to the production and everything. Not a fan of the song
Chorus.
itself, though.
Oh, okay. For me, it was the chorus. I was like, okay, it's all right.
For me, any of it, not to say it's bad, it's just not really a style that I like.
Okay.
It's not for me. But yeah, I wasn't feeling it. Maybe she's just trying to do new things, like see if it sticks or not. But I wasn't a fan of that. But it sounded like the way it was mixed was a lot like her album, where it's not like bright pop, overly polished.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's purposely warm, more darker sounding, but it's still pop in a sense. So
I think her stuff are gonna be consistent here throughout, because it's just her and her brother doing all the audio engineering, right? Or do they have other people doing it now too?
I don't know if he's engineering it. I know he produces it, but I don't know if he engineers it.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
all right, so that's that.
Maybe if she starts getting features and things like that, maybe things might change.
Yeah, because she hasn't been doing features. It's been a solo act with her and her brother for the most part. That's only features. Sometimes he throws in some vocals.
She's been in a song with Khalid before.
You're right. She has. You're right.
So yeah, it's not that it was bad. It just wasn't for me. Everything but the content itself was a
dope.
hit. Yeah, what they did. So yeah, if you like Billie Eilish, you give it a listen. You probably heard something similar on the album.
Yeah.
Litany's 2-track, I guess, EP called One of the songs is named that.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask you. I was hoping one of them was called and the other one was called Huh.
No, I wish
that would have been good.
Like,
oh well.
One of them's the other one's Star Sign.
Damn, that sounds like a dope track name.
I don't know if I don't think I like this. Again,
either one.
The way it's mixed. This is like a very poppy approach. Where like before she was like more indie, kind of like
alternative, kind of
alternative pop like that, and that was a good lane for her. But this is like it felt cookie cutter kind of, but like outdated cookie cutter. So like back when the way Katy Perry writes, like that. Sonically, yeah, it sounds polished. It sounds like what it's intended to sound like. She still sounded great as a singer.
Okay.
But the songs themselves weren't for me. I think the chorus is too. I think that was the biggest letdown. But most of it is it's just not for me. If you like the poppy kind of something you can just play and like dance to as a little girl or something, you'll probably like this.
It's my Wednesday nights.
And then I listened to Footsteps. The name confused me. It's Footsteps in the Dark, parts 1 and 2 by SiR.
Okay.
Like the song sounds the same throughout the whole thing.
Oh, that's one song?
It's one song.
I thought it was, the way it's rating, I thought that was like an album that's like part 1 and part 2, like a 2-disc thing.
I thought it
That's
was gonna be like one of those
that's
songs that
wha-
switches in the middle. Yeah, it's one song.
Oh, okay. I thought okay. I thought it was like you said, it was like one song, like Nights, or swaps in the middle and then something else,
That's what I thought.
or it's a project that has 2 discs, like it was like 2 10-track discs or something.
Yeah, but that didn't seem to be the case.
Okay, that's weird.
SiR, I'm already familiar with him. I've heard a couple songs, and I've liked a couple songs from him. He has a really nice voice, and his songs usually have like more of a laid back R&B, like chill vibe to it. This is not jazzy and like the back in the day like bebop things you hear on the radio, but it definitely has some kind of like it feels jazzy in this. I don't know how else to explain it. I really like this song.
Is it like what kind of tempo is the jazz? Is it like like
It's
they're
not
on
high tempo? No, like it still fits the
lounge kind of?
Yeah, the slower. It's not lounge, but it's like slower, jazzy R&B kind of.
Okay,
his voice
awesome.
always a delight. The instrumentation at first, I don't know if they sampled the song that Ice Cube's "Today Was a Good Day" sampled, but the instrumentation sounds like similar to it.
I think there might be a site that can tell you if it did. Yeah, there's a site that tells you
whosampled.com or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed this song. I like his voice, I like the R&B jazzy feel to it. He mix wise, it's fine. He stands out. He's a little louder than the music, and he kind of overly pops out, but not like this is awful. It's like I get it. I get why. Yeah, no, nothing bad to say about that. Obviously, that's the only one that
the
I
number
said I
one.
absolutely
Yeah.
loved, so yeah.
So who takes number 2 spot? Oh shit. The answer is Billie Eilish.
She's probably got third, to be honest with you.
After Cookie Cutter? When you say Cookie Cutter, I'm thinking that you're not liking that.
I mean, it's not for me, but I mean,
you hit me with the mix up just now. I would have gotten my fucking bingo cards wrong right now. He said Cookie Cutter on that one. I'm like, that's third place.
It was Cookie Cutter. It wasn't for me, but the Billie Eilish song, I can't say I'm expecting more because it sounds like she owes me something, but
yeah, I
went in. I made the rookie mistake of going in with the expectations of it sounding like my favorite songs from the album.
That's the problem when you come out with such a fucking banger project off rip. Like, well, I guess that's her second project, but after you coming off like a high like that, the expectations the bar is high, so like it's easy to disappoint.
I was expecting it to be like one of the slower songs, and it was that. So it's more on me. She's third more on me because I made the rare mistake of like going in with expectations, but yeah.
That's what I mean. That's what happens, dude. Even that's everywhere. Gaming, movies. When you come out with such a high bar, it's easy to get disappointed.
Even though it's Cookie Cutter, I could see
like,
that.
God of War.
Oh shit!
I can't wait till it comes out. If God of War 2 comes out, Randall says, "Man," and he just doesn't like it, I'm gonna cry for you.
I'm trying to think. The other 2 God of Wars were the ones after the original one. I don't hear any complaints, at least story-wise.
The only one I didn't finish was 3. And then this one was fantastic, so we'll see where it goes.
But yeah, the 2 tracks, they're Cookie Cutter, but I can see me listening to them more than
Therefore I Am.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I lost my bingo card there, so thank you for that. Yeah, fucking bait and switch.
If you like R&B, if you just like lovely vocals, listen to
Adele.
If you like jazzy R&B, you can listen to it for that. If you just you like all of it, then this is a dub.
Okay, I mean I'll probably listen to that over sometime this week. There's only 1 track, so. All right, would you guys want a review of the New Mutants by me and Randall? That's because he doesn't care about this doc anymore, or the Witches, not the new one,
It's not that I
1990.
don't care about the doc. It's like I literally forget to put it on there.
That's what means when you don't care, Rainbow. When you forget,
Forgetting?
if you forget my birthday, you don't care. You know what I'm saying?
It's not true.
Okay, that's how life works. All right.
That's not how life works.
So I gotta do the Witches real quick. We were gonna watch the new one, the Witches the with Eva. I think it's Eva Green.
I don't know what the hell this is.
Okay,
Just
well, I'm
start
gonna.
there.
So it's based off a book where it's a world where witches exist and they kill kids or take them or hide them kids. There's a recent release that's on HBO Max, I think it is, with Ava Green and I forgot her name. She's in Lady in the Water, not Lady in the Water.
Anne Hathaway, is that what it is?
Anne Hathaway's the main chick. I thought it was Ava Green. I'm sorry, I always mix their names up. But the other one's a Oscar-winning lady. I think she was in The Help.
I don't know what she looks. Octavia Spencer.
Thank you. That's who it is. And she's in the new one. But when I went to the movie details and I saw the fucking Rotten Tomato score for it, I'm like, let's back out. So we watched the original because Jana's like, but the original should be good. Way higher Rotten Tomato score. I'm like, okay, so the classic one's probably better than this. So we watched the classic one, 1990, with, I don't remember her name, but she's a famous lady. I don't remember her name. I'm sorry. Anyway, so the story is that. Shout out to the lady who plays the kid's grandmother. The opening sequence of this movie is the story of a little girl called Erica and how she became captured and never found again. That was the most thrilling introduction to this. That set this movie like high. I'm like, oh shit, the tone was it, the presentation. Yo, watch, I get it. I burned a lot of calories. Stop fucking vibrating.
Flex.
Like, when talking about a movie, you know, Brian, like the first 5 to 10 minutes of Batman versus Superman, and you're getting Batman's perspective, and you're like, yo, this is gonna be dope. And then it's slowly, and then you didn't, Brandon, you remember it,
Mm-hmm.
and then somewhere there it started like losing. Mm-hmm. I had that feeling with this movie. It started off great, and then it started getting more and more cartoony, if that makes sense. Like I thought the way it started, it felt serious.
What does cartoony mean? Hokey?
Yeah, like there's okay. So the one that the part where it just I'm like I'm done here was the kid was in a room full of witches. One of the things is that witches can smell. From the stories the grandma told her, the witches can smell from like a mile away because the kids smelled like dog droppings to the witches. So like one of the things, like if you ever see
Kids smell like dog droppings.
Yeah, so that it makes you let you know. So if like she gave out like a list of ways to to know if it's a witch.
So if they smell poop, they know kids are around.
Yeah. So if a kid walks by someone and they go, oh, and you've showered, you know that might be a witch. If you're a kid.
Redneck.
Wait, hold up. I got it in reverse. Wait.
It's for kids, not adults. They have
if
to
the
kill
kids smell poop.
No, if the witches
smells poop, that means
yeah, like if a witch walked in. Go ahead, Brian. You got it.
If a witch smells poop when a kid walks by, then whoever's around would know that that's a witch because that happened when a kid walked by.
Okay.
It's like a tell. Another tell is
so like a normal human being would just be like, "Oh, that's a kid walk by," but then the other person would
be like, "What the fuck is that smell?" Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I know what you are.
Yeah, but there's other like tells. Another tell is like they always wear square shoes because their feet would be too big and long, so they need the space. They never wear pony shoes because the way their feet look is,
They have abnormally big feet.
Yeah, so like they always wear square-toed shoes. I forgot what the other thing is. They're always scratching at their wigs because they have wigs on to hide as human beings in public. There's some other tells and stuff like that. Anywho, he's in a room. Granted, it's like a auditorium kind of room, not like an auditorium, like a meeting room. Like when you go into like those, like all like the whole class goes into a meeting or some sort, and there's like a small little stage, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Anyway, he's been hiding there the entire meeting, and then for some reason, I just spit. He gets found out, but not by smell. And then everyone's like, "Oh, you're right. There is smelling of dog droppings." I'm like, "Okay." So the entire time he was there, you didn't smell him. Cool. Then they find him and he gets away by just running in between them. Like, he just gets away in a way that I'm like, this is impossible. And I'm like, okay, so now my expectation is like, all right, I'm just gonna enjoy the ride, because I'm like, fuck. The master plan that they were doing, spoilers, I guess, for this, because I'm just gonna spoil it, I don't care. The master plan is they're gonna just turn kids into rats. So his friend gets turned into a rat while he's in that room, and then he freaks out, obviously, and then that's when they know he's there. Then he gets turned into a rat. And I'm like, oh shit, they're going there. He's not like bulletproof. Which, and I'm like, okay, my interest is back up. So the movie goes on, whatever the case is. Everything's solved. The witches get what they get, whatever the hell the issue is. I thought they're like, yo, he's been turned into a rat. There's no saving him. Because his friend was given to his parents like, yo, your kid's a rat. And he has to go live as a rat now. And then they move on with the scene. I'm like, oh shit, this is permanent. Like, this kid's not going to go back to a kid. Cut to literally fucking seconds before the movie ends. And at this point, I'm like, cool, they're committing to it. That's cool. That's different. Especially for a movie in the 90s. Everything usually ends with, and happily ever after. I'm like, no, this kid's a fucking rat for the rest of his life. You know? One of the surviving witches who hated being one of the witches comes up, drives to her house, walks to the front lawn, and fucking green beams through the window at the kid back to a human being. Then more magic. There's your glasses. I know what prescription you want. And then drives off. And as she's driving off, the kid from inside the house yells, don't forget, I think the kid's name was Bruno. Don't forget Bruno. She smiles and drives. And then credits. And I'm like, word?
Happily ever after.
Happily ever after. We don't, hey, kids movie, I guess?
It's not happily ever after because maybe she forgot Bruno.
I guess. But again, the thing that was why it was devastating to me is because the beginning 10 minutes of that movie, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be lit. Like, I get it. This is the thrill, the suspense, the storytelling of that old lady, like that. Shout out to that actress or whatever, the dialogue written. I'm like, yo, that was a cool opening. I was all about it. I'm like, shit, we're gonna have to figure out what witches are coming in, when he's gonna get. And then it just slowly got like, okay. And then that fucking little last 30 seconds of safety net and then credits right after. I'm like, what the fuck was this then?
Was it at least like funny, amusing? Like things were
Oh, absolutely. Because he's a rat. Remember this the entire time. So they had like animatronic rats. And they were like talking to each other. So that stuff was fine and cute. To quote a specific person, it was cute. That was fine. That was some funny parts in that. That was cool. But again, that doesn't. The plot just started like disassembling in front of me, and I'm like, well, it's just gonna go into happily ever after.
You guys never went back to watch the original Suspiria, did you?
No, we did not. After we talked about our version, you talked about yours. We didn't go back to watch it because you told us about that fucking scene, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
If we have a bad movie night or something, I suggest that. Okay.
But again, like The Witches was fine. It wasn't like don't watch it. It was fine. There's a lot of like there's a part where the witch unveils her face, and boy, that's just gross. Like the makeup and the stuff, like animatronics they used, looks great. It doesn't like hold up like, oh, it's better than CG, but it looks gross. Like it looks like a nasty witch. So that was pretty cool to see. Like the makeup done and all that other stuff. But again, it's just the hype of the first like 10 minutes, and then it didn't hit that level of like thrill throughout of it. It just went back down to like a family movie, if that makes sense. So that was that. The Witches, 1990. It's a good family movie. Some funny parts in it. Cute rats. Funny animatronics. Or puppets. I guess it would be puppets, not animatronics. They're puppets.
Well, Jim Henson apparently produced it.
Yeah, it's the people who did... And the guy who does the Dark Crystal stuff. But it's that kind of thing. So it's probably puppets, sorry. The puppeteering was good. The rats looked like they were moving around like they were supposed to. All that checked out. It's just small nitpick plot stuff where I'm like, okay. Now, out with the old and in with the new. The New Mutants. That's pretty good, right, Ren?
It's actually tied to X-Men.
Yes. Like
Is
there's
the one with Arya and them?
Yes. It finally came out after years of postponing and whatever the case is. Randall, you can go ahead and start if you like about the New Mutants. You don't want to start. What, did you forget what the movie was, or?
Not everything.
So why don't you want to start?
I don't really have nothing to say about it.
Okay.
Did you like it?
I like parts of it.
I think if I had to show this in the movie theater, I'd been upset.
Upset? Yeah, I think so.
That I spent money on this. And wasted.
I think I can be there on you. Not the waste of time, but that I spent money on it. I would have been really upset. I'm like... So here's the thing. New Mutants takes place in what seems to be a hospital. They have a new patient called, what was her, Moonstone? Some shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, her dad was this, and her were escaping their home because some shit was ravaging the fucking town. So they're running in the forest, trying to get away from it. The dad goes back to help the people. Dad gets bodied. She got no dad or mom now. She keeps running in the forest because whatever was thrashing the town is chasing her. She somehow loses consciousness. I don't know what the hell happened. Loses consciousness. She wakes up at the hospital, where it's just one doctor named Dr. Reyes and 3 other patients. 4.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with
4 other patients because the 2 dudes, 2 girls, and then her.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to get better. The thing is, weird shit starts happening as soon as after she got there. And I'm telling you that because this movie does. Oh, so here's my problem with this. All right, it's like blatant foreshadowing where like, okay, you know what's happening immediately. Mm-hmm. Like you know what the plot twist is going to be, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So that's the issue. It's what is her power, because she doesn't know what her power is. But not like 20 minutes of the movie, you're like, it's probably this. It's that. So that was my issue. But the second issue is there's a character here called Magic. And I'm very familiar with Magic. She's a really badass character in the comics.
Is she Russian in the movie?
Yes.
Okay.
She's Ilyana Rasputin. It's all that checks out. The thing is, maybe because she's a teenager here, she wasn't as badass as I've seen her in comic book because she's grown up when I've read the X-Men, some X-Men stories. So that was a bit of a letdown when the action sequence came. There was an action sequence, and that was like a, how to put this nicely, I guess. It's kind of blue balls. Because throughout the movie, you see what they're capable of doing. And then when it's time to fucking fight or flight, it doesn't look as cool, or it doesn't end up happening in like a. And I know I shouldn't compare it. It doesn't end up like an Infinity War or an Endgame where everyone's using their powers like it looks like a fucking like a comic book movie. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, and I get the beginning part's supposed to be like a horror, like thriller, like what the hell's happening, but then near the end it becomes an action sequence. So like, and we know what their powers can do. So like, there's a bit of the action sequences, but it just doesn't get to that. Oh yeah, you know, like we're out here we're X-Men. You know what I'm saying? So that was like a letdown. I don't have much else to say about it. Like it's the plot you see. They kind of like tell you in foreshadow form what's gonna happen. You know. Besides some like specific details, like what the hospital is actually.
I didn't know she was an X-Men.
Yeah, Magic. I told you that while we were watching it.
Isn't she like
that she was on the team?
She wasn't. There's a part when she is, and there's something that happens that she's not on that team. She's on the other team, like
the Brotherhood.
No, I don't know if it's called the Brotherhood. It's Cyclops' crew.
Oh,
after like what's his name dies. I don't want to spoil the comics.
But she like Wolverine's daughter or something in a weird timeline with or am I thinking of someone else?
No, she's Colossus' brother or sister.
So I'm thinking of someone else. I forgot who I'm thinking of.
If I'm not mistaken, it's Colossus' sister.
That sounds familiar too. Who the fuck am I thinking of? It's a badass lady.
The daughter of what's her name is a different Gray. It's something I think I know who you're talking about. It's not Jean Grey, it's something else Grey, if I remember
I don't
correctly.
remember her name, but I know it's like it has something to do with this evil that keeps being pushed back into a dimension, and every few years he has to meet that lady, and then push.
Oh,
the
never mind.
demon
That's
back.
not. I don't think that's what I'm.
And then he ends up banging the lady or something, and then he has a daughter.
I might have to check that. That doesn't ring a bell.
I don't remember
Yep.
who's.
What?
Yeah, she is Colossus.
It's Colossus' sister, right? Yeah.
Younger sister.
That's why I was like hoping maybe there is a tie-in that they might bring her in, and like she shows some of her powers, but not all of it, like the teleporting and the sword. But like they showed like only her arm with the fucking cool armor. Like she has a full armor that she can just spawn through it. Like it, she's badass. She was like the clearly most overpowered character in that group of people. And then like the time when it's time to like fight, it's like you could have bodied this fucking thing, you know? But again, it's because she might be a teen. Like she was maybe too young for it to like fully realize her power. I don't know. It's just the thriller stuff was okay. It's just that while you're watching it, you know what's causing it. So it's like okay, we know what's gonna we get it. We just got to wait to that point. And then when the climax hits, when it's time for the action, it's like that also wasn't as hard hitting. If that makes sense.
Okay.
And then it just ended up being fine. Like the movie was just fine. I got to see like some of the cool characters. I got to see Magic do some cool stuff.
Magic.
The acting was great. What's her name? Maisie Williams did an Irish, I think, or Scottish accent the entire time.
Good.
She did pretty well on that too.
That's my daughter.
There's a rich kid there that I just never fucking liked. He didn't have any fucking really character development besides I burn people. So I'm like, okay.
That's usually how it is with fire people.
And the guy kept going from the Upside Down to Southern language, and then the kid from Upside Down, or not from Stranger Things, is in this. The one that listens to music. What's the name's brother that gets lost? The one that gets lost, his older brother.
Oh, the guy that's with what's his name, sister?
Yes,
Okay.
he's in this. He plays like a Southern accent dude from Tennessee, and then there's parts of it where it's like he's like getting like like frustrated and starts yelling in Southern, like with a Southern accent. It just didn't sound right. It was weird, and then he like stormed off. And the joke was he just going to the Upside Down. So we just any moment I could possibly say of him going to the Upside Down, it was thrown out there. So like their powers were cool, and when it was time for them to showcase for the first time throughout the movie, and then when it and then when it was time for them to like work together, which I thought they were going to, it was just like, oh, let me go 1v1 it real quick, get bodied. Oh, I'm gonna 1v1 it real quick, bodied, or something happens, and then Magic goes, and I'm like, okay, so we're done here because Magic. Yeah, like I'm like, when Magic stepped up, I'm like, we're done here. Like credits after this, we're done here. Nah, I'm like, okay, well then I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's gonna happen.
So it doesn't lead to anything. It just seems like a one-off.
No, they leave the asylum, right?
Allegedly.
Yeah, and then that's it. Whether they go, like in my mind, I'm thinking you go to the X-Men exists. They mention the X-Men.
Well, they're not going to go because of their great disdain for them, or at least for Magic. When they were having that little conversation,
Yeah,
they were saying that like they didn't want to be a part of
be a hero or whatever the hell is. But they don't have to be X-Men. They can just go to learn and be safe as mutants at his school.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine that's where they would walk to, or not walk to, or get there with. I don't know.
wonder if you go to Xavier school, do you have to
Like sign up to be an X-Men or something?
Yeah, like is that part of the deal?
I don't think so. Because there's kids who just stay there and just teach.
But I'm just thinking, like, what if it's like some huge situation and then the X-Men gotta go handle it, and then he knows that you're like
top dog or something, like, yo, you're gonna have to go handle it.
Yeah, like you're like another really powerful mutant.
Like,
but I
look,
think
you don't pay your rent. What are you gonna do?
But I think Xavier like knows, he lets people in that knows that they would step up voluntarily to defend that school because they know what it would do for them. It's a home for them. They're part of a family, so that he knows that if he brings them in, when it comes down to it, they will defend this place.
But yeah, what if you're like, I hold it down here.
Oh, I'm not going out there.
School.
Yeah, I'm not going
out there, but I hold it down here for you.
But Xavier would be like, okay, I mean, I love you either way. But if he says no, I need you to go somewhere, I'm like, fuck you then. And
I feel like he would like try to do some
brain shit,
not actually use his mutant powers, but like through persuasive words, try to like manipulate you into feeling guilty because you have the ability, to change things. But
think of all the good you can do, Logan.
Yeah, exactly.
With this power,
gun, bitch, I'm gonna stay here.
Oh my god! Speaking of gun, Brian, there's an update out for Exit the Gungeon, and there's a mode where you have to hunt the the Glocktopus. It's an octopus, and it's just guns, all 8 arms, just shoot like aimed at you. It's called the Glocktopus.
Like Squidward.
Yeah.
Has a song called.
Anywho, I don't know. Like again, I thought it was a cool watch. It was shot really well. The acting was fine. Like the acting was good. The Russian was a little bit weird for Ileana, but it was Russian and did a fine job. What else? The Irish accent was fine. Dialogue was okay. That was pretty cookie cutter, especially with like the douchebag rich guy. Would say like the girl introduced her name and he fucking like laughed, and I'm like, why are we wasting airtime showing this guy laughing?
That he scoffed, or you?
Like he scoffed. He's like, yeah, he's like, and then it cut to her like, what the fuck was that? How's that funny? And then I'm pretty sure it cut to me, and I didn't notice it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is it so funny? And then they just moved on, and I'm like, I didn't need to see that.
And they built him up to be this mysterious, potentially dangerous mutant, and then when it came down to it,
he didn't do nothing. That's what I said. Like the climax wasn't it wasn't enough action for the part you built up to be an action sequence, you know. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't a satisfying one for my personal taste.
He didn't even. No, I forget. You spend all this time talking about something. I get too hot, and then when you have the time to get too hot, you don't even use any fire moves. You turn into cold.
Yeah, like it was whatever, dude. Like what's his name was cool. The upside down kid he put in as much work as he could. When he went through that hallway, I'm like, that was dope. Like there were some good sequences here, but again, it doesn't tie into one. Oh, I gotta watch this whole movie again. You know, and there's parts I'm like, I gotta show somebody this. There's parts where I'm like, you gotta see this part, which is really cool. But like, watch this whole film. I don't know about that.
This is off topic, but somebody deep faked Jim Carrey's face on Joaquin Phoenix as Joker. And it just confirmed that I need him to be Joker.
Oh, really? Can you send me that link later?
Let me go find it.
Not now.
Okay. I'm trying to go find
it. Anywho, I want to see what that looks like. But that's it, dude. I don't know. I don't even know if I can recommend it. Like, there's parts of the movie I want people to see, like the fucking cannonball going through the power, like what's your name, using the teleportation. You didn't care for that either?
How many times have you seen somebody teleport?
Not the way Magic did it. Oof, got him.
Really?
Yeah, she opens a portal to a different dimension that you can see in the background and then comes back out of it. And then her arm shifting to show off the blade. Like her walking into the thing coming on, her dragging the blade across. That was cool. There's like small moments where I'm like, that's dope. But it doesn't add up to like, go watch this entire movie, you know? So Randall doesn't recommend it at all. No part of it. There's parts of it I do recommend. Him going to like every time I think of.
I'm not saying what you're saying isn't true. That there are some parts that are kind of cool, but it's just like they're not unique. Maybe the portal thing, but it makes me think of Spawn.
I haven't seen Spawn in a long time. Anywho, but like the cannonball going through that when what's her name left him. And he's like, fuck. And then it was like the hallway was full of the people and he just right through it. I'm like, yo, that was dope.
I mean, yeah, it was a climactic point because it was like nobody had really done anything and he just got frustrated and, you know.
Like, that's what I'm saying. There's a part like, I'm like, oh,
but that scene is like 1.5 seconds.
That's still that 1.5 seconds I can give someone like, oh, that's dope. You know? 1.5 seconds of happiness is worth it, Randall. Anyway, so I don't know if I can recommend the whole movie. There's just bits and pieces I would definitely like just show off in like in a compilation video on YouTube or something, you know? That's that. That is that. That's all we consumed this week, peeps. Unless Randy wanted to add something else But we know by the emptiness that is on this dock that you really don't give a shit. So
Why would you say that? That's not true at all, man.
because you're laughing, so like
But this has happened before. Like there's been times where I've done a lot of stuff, but I just forget. Sometimes I forget. If I don't like do something and then immediately open up the doc and put it in there, there's a huge chance that I might forget.
it's a funny gag that I'm just gonna keep referring to because every time I see an empty thing, that I'm like, he's lying.
I couldn't find the thing on
For
Twitter,
what?
but I know for sure there was like I don't know the dude personally, but the guy that I follow says that he's his word is good, and he had like a list of all the times and places and stores that were like,
oh, they're gonna sell them.
Yeah, and I remember that the two places that were mentioned that was doing camping was GameStop and Kohl's.
That's weird. Anywho, I think that's pretty much it. Then
I
next
don't know
week
if it's
is
gonna be any
oh,
different
it is.
now, man. If GameStop, I mean not GameStop, if Walmart, Best Buy,
Fuck Walmart.
PlayStation Direct, Target, if all those places are still doing online only,
Then what's the point?
you still got dudes scout. Like the pictures that I'm seeing are these dudes that's like boasting about all the places. I saw a picture of one dude had 42 PlayStations.
There's no way. And that was
You haven't seen these pictures?
it was a picture or a video? 'Cause it could be Photoshop if it was a picture.
No, I know Photoshop when I see it. This junk was legit.
Okay.
And it's not just him. It's like all these different people who are who've been scalping. Like some of them are posting pictures, and like one dude is like in a street with PlayStations around him.
I don't know how he didn't get shot.
Maybe a dangerous person. I don't know, but I know I've seen several pictures where people like got stacks. One dude spent like over $16,000. That's how many PlayStations he got.
Because he could probably.
And he's turning around and selling them online. I hope he doesn't sell not one. I hope he's stuck with all of them.
Well, it gets to a point where he'll still get his money back. Because when it goes back down, he just sells it back for $500.
That's not getting your money back. That's breaking even.
That's fine. That means you've lost nothing.
I guess.
So they end up winning anyway. Or maybe you might lose a little bit because there's like tax and stuff when you order.
Exactly.
So, I mean, but that's not going to be a monumental loss.
I don't know, man. 42, that adds up. That's some money that you didn't have is gone.
If he's willing to spend 16 grand,
I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It depends. It might be, for him, it might be a come up. It might be, I'm going to drop all this money because he probably feels in his mind this is a guaranteed sell. If I get all these
and sell them
there's no way on God's green earth I cannot flip these.
Yeah.
Until these other retailers start selling a bunch of them, then that makes him.
Yeah.
You know.
But the supply is short, so they're gonna have the power until they stock up. But the inventory, the manufacturing slow down. So
the thing is like consumers have to stop trying to ride the wave and think I need one. I'm gonna spend more than I need to have it.
Yeah.
People are so fucking stupid, and I think people do it just because they want to say they have one.
Yeah.
And what, they can just load Fortnite like you can do on your PS4?
But ray tracing is not on PS4. So
the real problem
is
they know it's on the box. Like your box says 8K, right? My PS4 doesn't say 8K.
I feel like I don't know. I can't really say that because it's kind of. I was gonna say like, is it really the people's fault though?
Yes, it will always be the people's fault.
Why?
They drive the market. The people drive the market.
But if someone puts out a product that you want, is it your fault for wanting it?
It's your fault for buying it. Yes, enough. If you make the choice of paying more than it's worth by MSRP, then you are the problem.
Okay, that part I agree with, but I'm talking about the root of the problem. The root of the problem is
Agree.
you
On all
have.
sides.
I mean, yeah, I see that. That's kind of where I'm going with this, because it's like if you trace it back to ground zero, it has to do with the company that makes the product, because they would. I would think that you would have something in place if it wasn't for greed. I would think you would have something in place that would prevent people the ability to scalp. You would be thinking more in terms of, I want everyone to get a fair chance of getting my product because I care about the people. But because no conglomerate thinks like that, it's like we're just going to produce and push it out, and whoever gets it gets it. As long as I see the dollar sign, the return of investment going up, I'm good.
I'm good.
Which is probably what, unfortunately, what's going on over there, because I don't understand how you cannot fix this.
You can. But I mean, for what? They're selling the consoles. So what does it matter? They already got paid. Those 16,000 that he dropped, Sony got it. So what happens after that? They don't give a shit. They don't truly give a shit, business wise.
And then you get these messages from them talking about some, we're
sorry for the low stock, whatever. We're trying our best.
You ain't sorry, man. If you was really sorry. If you was really sorry, you would like put something in place to prevent this from even happening, where there isn't a shortage.
Well, the shortage is not the issue. It's how people are getting more than one per household.
That's what I mean by shortage, though, because you're allowing someone to go online and buy 42.
No, 42 is probably like from different places. He probably has a bot for each site, and he ended up getting a lot more. And there's no way one site lets you do 42, because when like Brian was saying on Walmart and stuff, when you try to put more than one in your cart, it stops you. So unless they had bots with different sessions logging in, that's the only way they do it. So technically, you made different purchases under the same credit card.
But wouldn't it be traced back to the same address?
It's already sold.
Because your address has to match your card.
But that's after it's out of your cart. So it's the bot goes, buys it, it's already out of your cart. The next task comes on, adds it to cart, buys it, adds it to cart, buys it.
But what I'm saying is, couldn't there be? Well, that would mean that all of the stores will have to be like coordinating with each other, like, oh, this cart, it's already been,
They're not doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they get a cut of the sale, Randall. So if they can sell more on their end, they're going to.
This is going to be the same thing. Oh, what we've been going through this past year. Since what, September?
September is when the pre-orders went up, yeah.
This is what's funny to me. If you go on YouTube right now and Twitter, people are getting so hyped about Black Friday. And I'm like, why? For what? Unless you have a bot, there's no reason for you to get hyped.
No.
Because the same thing that's been happening these past couple of weeks is going to happen again.
Yeah. Unless your guy's right and there's going to be physical ones. That way you can secure one by going to the place.
Yeah, but that means you're going to have to
stand out there for...
Was it? That's what I was trying to find out.
It's Wednesday.
It was supposed to be Wednesday? What day is that?
For the 25th. For the Black Friday sale for the consoles, it's on Wednesday. Either 7 p.m. or 7 a.m.
I guess.
One of those hours. So you're going to have to stand out there for who knows how long. So I'm sure if that's the case, someone's already out there waiting. And I'm not trying to fucking sit out there, waste my time waiting for a console. I'm not doing that.
I feel like there's only one or two ways I'm going to get a PS5. Either I'm just going to wait until 2021 when everything dies down and it's just an abundance of inventory.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to have to get a bot.
It's the only that. If you want it now, that's probably the only way to do it. Unless you have someone that works in retail that could hold one for me or some have some weird deal that can hold one for you or let you know when something's going to be there. And that
makes me feel like, is this the future?
Yeah.
Is this what it is now? From this point forward, is this what it is? Anytime any new hot item comes out and you want it, you got to get a bot, or else you're not. It's kind of like the whole cyberpunk thing you guys talk about. Like, if you don't get enhancements, you're left behind from the rest of the society, because most of the society has changed parts in their body, and everyone is working on a higher level, or whatever. That's what this feels like.
It sounds like DOS, Randall, is in effect. If y'all would have, just fucking heard me from the beginning.
I feel like that's what this is. This is stupid, man.
I mean, I guess the next big thing is there's rumors of the vaccine going around. So if that ends up being fruitful, then we'll have more and more people in the manufacturing, and now it'll speed up production.
There's vaccines
for the COVID stuff. Again, it's not.
That's interesting. I heard something drastically different.
Oh, okay, then go for it.
I heard that once Biden has been inaugurated, like he's the president,
January,
we're going to go into a real quarantine.
Okay.
Which is like locked down for like 6 to 8 weeks, and you can't go nowhere.
I mean, that saves me gas money. I can work remote.
Yeah, but that hurts everything else, though.
It sure does. Somber times. I had to leave that pregnant pause there for a bit.
Because the number is still going up. Matter of fact, the last I heard was that the number is higher than it was when it first started.
Again, this is just rumors. I said that there's vaccine in the works. Like, it could prove fruitful. Whether or not it does, I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
I don't know. It sounded like you was in the lab. The way you was talking, you sound like you was.
Hey, you never know. Some people already have cybernetic enhancements. Some people do.
Why is Bryant shaking his head?
Because some of us do.
I have enhancements.
Some of us do, Randall.
I'm just not saying anything.
Some of us do.
You have enhancements, Bryant?
I have an NDA, so I can't confirm or deny.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. But come December 10th, hopefully, we all should have enhancements.
That's not coming on December 10th.
You think it's going to get pushed back?
I have it pre-ordered digitally. I'm expecting it to not let me play it on December 10th.
Oh.
But again, I'm wired different. I'm not expecting to be able to play this game.
He thought a portfolio was going to get slid under his door, so, I mean, he's different.
That whole thing we was just talking about reminds me of this movie called, I think it's called Repo Man.
Pirates?
I could be wrong.
Oh.
But basically, I think it is Repo Man. But I think it's like set in the future, and people, it's not necessarily enhancements. I guess it is enhancements, but not on the level of Cyberpunk. But like if someone needs like a body part, like a kidney or something like that, like they can get a new one, but it's not like from another human. It's like manufactured, and it's like cybernetic, and it's supposed to like be.
That is Repo Man. Or Repo Men, I think it is.
Yeah, if you don't pay it off, then they come and take it back.
They come and take it back.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think I've seen that movie, or I've seen a trailer for that movie. Because that whole thing doesn't. I don't remember the plot at all. So I think I just want to see the trailer.
Law?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I saw a trailer. Cause I know who's in it, but I don't remember what happened. So I probably saw a trailer.
Could you imagine, man?
Yeah, I can't wait.
No, I mean, like if you get that junk on some sort of payment plan and you can't make the payment,
then make sure you got enough cash to pay it. Don't fucking spend money on fucking Sour Patch Kids, my guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you have your cheese in order,
and then you get a shotgun leg when you can afford it.
Yeah, and when they come looking for it, they gonna beat the buck, you know.
I can't see how you guys want to replace flesh.
I'm not here to convince you otherwise. I'm just letting you know how much better my life is going to be. You can't get any
pleasure without flesh.
Randall, it can be programmatic pleasure.
Oh,
a nerve can be programmed.
I'm talking about not something that's programmed. I'm talking about something that's real.
Yeah, man. But you can simulate real life.
Just because you simulate it doesn't make it real.
It does, because you're living in the simulation where it's real.
Okay. You say so.
I don't think you understand how this works. You're not grasping.
I understand how this works.
You're not grasping how it is.
If you take the scientific approach, like feelings and emotions are just like what is it called? electric impulses that are sent to your brain, making you believe that you're hungry or this feels good.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Javi says it's all chemicals in your brain. Like that can all be reproduced programmatically.
Randall, imagine you're like, oh, I gotta get to work, but I don't have gas, and you become your car.
Why the heck would I ever want to change into a car?
Why would you have a car if you could turn into a car?
If I was on the path you guys are talking about, I would like have something put in me that can make me fly.
No, fuck that.
Or at the very least teleport.
Well, that's not cybernetic. That's magic.
What do you mean?
Teleportation would be like magic, right?
I mean, not if they can figure out how to time travel.
Oh, I get okay. I don't know. I think teleport. I don't think that's like a mechanical thing. I think that's like there's something else going on.
If you have like teleport stations, and then you go on. Oh, were you on like a fast travel system built in the city or something? Maybe, or just become a plane, Randall.
He said somewhere to fly, so yeah, he'd be.
No, I wouldn't become an object. I would have like.
Can you imagine that he visits like, all right, dude, I'm going home. Just turns into a whole fucking helicopter.
And it just fucking flies off.
That's extra. That's just too much. You just want too much.
You just want to get like a jetpack pop out.
I don't even want a jetpack. I just want something like, I don't know, something small but powerful.
Okay.
That you can't even see it. It might be like something in my hand. Like
Iron Man's thing, like a pulsar. Or See, you're getting in, Randall.
But I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it sounds like you would do it.
No, I wouldn't. If I'm the last human being on this planet walking around with no enhancements, I will be that guy.
You wouldn't make it.
Why wouldn't I make it?
Because we'd make this planet so it benefits the machines. So it just would not be sustainable for your.
That's not true.
For your species.
Then that would mean that you would be killing off the animals.
We can make a robot version. Have you played?
Wow. That's what you're admitting to animal genocide.
Randall, have you seen Horizon Zero Dawn? All those animals are robots.
I don't know the story, so I can't speak on it.
Don't worry about it, Randall. We have
animals, Anthony.
Huh?
There's real animals in Horizon.
Yeah, they're all robots. Those are real animals.
No, there's the fox that you hunt and get the skin and things like that.
Yeah, that's a robot. They just painted over it. That one has a custom skin on it.
No. Randall's gonna get scooter legs.
What?
Scooter legs?
No.
As in, like someone, like two people right on each leg, or one on each leg.
Yeah, so like he can activate, so it becomes a scooter, and then like where his calf was, it's just like a smaller him that pushes it.
That's just no.
It's gonna be great.
I'm all for improving.
That's improvement, man. Because the entertainment value is.
There's a difference between improving and replacing. I'm not for the replacing.
You know that they're not mutually exclusive. Sometimes replacing it is an improvement. If you have a dying
I'm not saying that it isn't.
Okay.
I'm just saying that the categories, I do not fit into the replacing. I fit into the improving.
But what if you have to... Go ahead.
Someone comes to try to pitch you, like, look, see that beach over there? Do you like the view of that beach? You want to dive deep into the beach and just swim to the middle, but you might get tired. So I can make you a boat. You're going to say no to that.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to just walk away.
Is there no way?
I like how Brian is still on. We can make you into vehicles.
Yeah. Like, what?
Brian, just replace my oxygen.
Do you secretly want to be a transformer or something?
No. I want to be a Gundam.
Still a transformer.
No, Gundams are piloted. They're not people.
I thought he said a gun.
That's fine too.
Now you gotta get them started. What was I gonna say? Because replacing something is an enhancement, Randall. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, even if it's an improvement.
I agree with that. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that the route that I would take if they said that they can improve upon myself with like nanotech or some junk like that. I don't know.
So you want additive?
That's what I just said. Yes.
But the way you said it made it seem like I'm not replacing anything. Sometimes you'll have to replace something so you can get the nanotech.
Well, no. If they said that if that's in the fine print, have to replace
your spinal cord so it can actually have an interface for the nanotech.
Nah.
Okay.
Really, you're telling
I want whatever I was born with on this planet. I want to keep.
Oh, okay.
If you would like to add to it and it's not going to kill me, I might think about it.
So you're telling me if someone's like, you ever
Here we
want
go.
to see the bottom depths of the water, but you can't make it that far with just your regular lungs, so we can make you a submarine. You're gonna say no?
You want to be a sub, Randall?
No. Kind of
Any
garbage
shape.
is that?
Any shape
shape
sub,
you
a
want.
U boat, a Y boat, a T boat, all the shapes.
Now he's thinking about it. Like, he's like, I could be a submarine. You're right.
No, I'm not thinking. But that's the most crazy thing I've ever
I
heard.
just sold it.
Mm.
Imagine if we could turn into the fucking Batmobile and I'm looking at your shirt.
No.
Shoot, you could be a little motorcycle too if shit gets heavy.
Yeah, he's ever like, if someone tries to attack, like he's sleeping, right?
Uh-huh.
And he hears the
The alarm
one
go
guy-
off.
Yeah, and someone's trying to break in, but he can't reach his bed or his bat, and the intruder's coming up quick. You
Yeah.
want to become a tank?
And just fall through my fucking second floor. It's a tank.
He's thinking about it.
That's extra. Like, why would anybody? Who in their right mind would say that?
Because everyone's reading all about it.
Randall, you imagine the stories? Yo, that guy right there, he can become a tank. You think anyone's gonna mess with you? You think you're gonna have issues getting a PS5 if you could turn into a tank?
You know that character in I think Guilty Gear who's a fucking tank? I think his name was Panzer or something.
No, Potemkin. No, he doesn't. Don't turn into a tank.
Oh, I thought he turned into a tank.
Now, there's a character that was in the votable thing for Skullgirls named Panzerfaust, and his right hand had a whole tank on it.
Oh, okay. That might have been what my brain was trying to say. Oh, man.
Randall, I have all the PS5s you want if you could turn into a tank. Think about that.
I mean, we'll see what
Power
happens this
cybernetics.
fucking, what's it called? Hopefully we grab one.
He's thinking about it now. Like, you know what?
No, I'm thinking about getting a PS5, man.
I just wish Amazon would get their shit together and send me my Series X already. Thanks.
Oh wow, I totally forgot about that.
Did I order one? Yeah, then they confirmed it and have yet to ship it. That'd be great.
What is there to play
Fun.
on it right now, anyway?
Oh, no exclusive. I mean, it's just everything looks better and there's ray tracing and it runs like at 120 FPS. It's just horsepower. You get to play games better.
The funny
most
thing
part.
is I ordered my PS5, and then a couple days, like the weekend comes, and I got mine. There's someone who claimed theirs like that first wave, and it still says he has to wait until December to get his.
Yeah, I think they just literally sold copies and didn't have stock. So we're just waiting now for Amazon to get stock. And then we'll get it.
I've been looking, like anytime I see on Twitter, I try to put it in the chat.
It's by the time that message hits Discord servers and then propagates the notifications to us, gone.
I mean,
You
that's
need
what I
that-
thought. 6 minutes later, and I clicked.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's also
You
true.
need that cybernetic tech you was talking about, where as soon as you read it, immediately it goes to us. He doesn't even type it in; just immediately the message is immediately sent to us.
Randall's getting it, guys. CPU in the head. Or
I didn't say I was putting no CPU in
He
there.
said first thing he's gonna do is turn into a fucking
tank.
tank.
Okay.
He's gonna be a U-boat.
He said, "Let me be a doom buggy real quick, and then I'm gonna get my eyes fixed."
I can't wait, dude. Hopefully I live to see it.
Randall becoming a vehicle, or just cybernetics in general?
Just cybernetics in
Because the
general.
vehicle.
There's a better chance of me becoming a full-fledged vigilante opposed to me like.
As a vehicle, yeah, you're the bat tank.
Dabian. Alfred. Yeah, he just fucking decimates Bruce Manor. Wayne Manor. Bruce Manor. Anywho. I think that's it, boys. We can go to the notable releases this week and cut it. You know? Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? We can go over what we're Black Friday stuff next week.
Fuck Walmart.
Oh. This week on games, we got Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity, which I think is a prequel to Breath of the Wild, but plays with the Dynasty Warriors design. And then we got remake. I don't know if it's remakes or re-releases of Blood Rain 1 and 2. They're the terminal cuts. So if anyone liked Blood Rain back in the day where you played that sexy vampire chick, it's going to be out on Steam. I think it's a re-release, like a compatibility release, so it runs on modern systems, I think, or something. Anywho, that's it for games. Movies, no idea. I'm done looking to see what movies come out because they just drop movies now.
Tenet is supposed to be coming. I sent it to you before.
Yeah, I can't wait for that to come out digital. I'm gonna watch that.
Do you guys know who he is?
Yeah, that's Samuel L. Jackson's kid.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, I'm sorry, Denzel Washington.
The guy who's Tenet?
Yeah,
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Is
That's
he
not his
the one
first
in the
movie.
Is that
Yeah,
the
he's
one
in-
the Klansman?
yes,
Okay.
same guy.
That's cool. And he doesn't yell.
Well, he's not Samuel L. Jackson's. It's Denzel Washington.
You're right.
I don't know why I mixed up the names.
Another fun fact: did you know he was in the NFL?
That I didn't know.
Yeah,
For what team did he play for?
I forget.
Yankees.
I had to look it up.
You just say Yankees.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just confirming for the audio listeners, you know?
I forget, but yeah, he had a full-fledged career and everything. He just got injured, so that's why he stopped playing football.
And then he started pursuing.
He originally wanted to be an actor, but then he was like not afraid, but it was always that thing of him being in the shadow of his father.
Oh, so he didn't bother pursuing it?
Yeah, so then he was like, oh, I'm not going to be an actor. I'll just go and be an NFL player, which is like one of the hardest things to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he played football for a while.
Then he
a
had
professional athlete,
That's really
got
good.
injured, and then now he's like, well, I guess I can't play football in the NFL anymore.
Let me try this acting.
Let me try
thing.
this acting thing.
And then goes in Klansman, which I think is an Academy Award nominated. And then Tenet, I don't know if that's going to be. We'll find out next year. But
I like that people are getting pissed at Nolan. But I don't know if you've been seeing the all the articles and tweets.
I
They're
have
tired
not.
of him making it so you can't hear the movie, like the people talking.
oh yeah,
Oh.
that's a thing in his movies. What did he say something back or no?
I think he acknowledged it, but I don't know. Like that's he's getting his shit together, dude.
Yeah, like I don't. Do you guys hear that the Warner Brothers might release Wonder Woman on HBO Max? You know how Disney Plus released their movies like Mulan and stuff on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
There's rumors that Warner Brothers might release it on HBO Max. So Wonder Woman might come out digitally first. I don't know if it's like legit or not, but it's
How
a
are these
rumor.
companies making their money back? I mean, studios making their money back.
They're gonna hope on a lot more subscriptions for like the services they offer. I mean, that's why I'm assuming. I had to guess like Disney Plus probably skyrocketed in subscriptions when The Mandalorian came out this season, and maybe Mulan, but like this is like HBO with Game of Thrones. People got like resubscribed for Game of Thrones each season, and then when it ended, they ended the subscription. Which is why Disney Plus is like doing every week for Mandalorian, because it's not going to be a 1 month thing. It's going to be 2 months, so you have to be subbed for 2 months.
That show is so good, man.
Don't ruin it yet. We're just going to save it till binge it.
That to start season 1.
I recommend. Yeah, season 1 was really cool.
I
So I recommend that.
So it's like
Ted Lasso.
yeah, it's between Ted Lasso.
Oh, I'm a goddamn Shelby. Peaky Blinders.
It's between Peaky Blinders, the Ted Lasso one, fucking
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. And there's something else that I wanted to watch and I forgot. But then what I do when I lay down is I just started watching Tekken tutorials.
I mean, you can look at it all you want, Brian, but this Miguel ain't gonna get.
I bought Zafina the other day because she was on sale for $2.
She attack or defense operator.
Yeah, she's talking about Siege. She's fun because she does weird emotions. She has weird stances, and that's funny to me. So I was entertained.
That's
by it.
this girl.
No.
That's the lady who's she's like
Oh, I know who he is now.
All her fighting stances like resemble insects.
Okay.
yeah. One of them's a scarecrow. Just scarecrow, mantis, and tarantula are her stances.
Gotcha.
She's really weird, but it's pretty entertaining. I like looking at her too. But yeah, I've just been watching Tekken tutorials. I watch Marlon Pie play Marvel 3, and then sometimes I just watch fucking archives of Dragon Ball Fighters because they do the weekly round robins every week for like 7 weeks. I think it ends at the end of this month. I don't know what's going on.
So here's your guide.
And the other day, when was it, Sunday? A bunch of friends just got Skullgirls and we were just in the lobby playing Skullgirls and I almost cried.
He cried. So here's your guide then. Ted Lasso is the shortest one you can get through. It's 20-minute episodes, like 8 to 10 episodes. Then, whether or not you're going to binge both season 1 or 2, or just do season 1 to see if you like it, Mandalorian, and then Peaky Blinders, because Peaky Blinders is like 5 seasons. So,
well, I was going to say, when you're talking about Cold War, you never watched The Americans, did you?
No, because you were like hyping it up, and then you said you got to like the last 2 seasons, and you were like, ugh. So I'm like, should I invest 5 seasons and then get disappointed?
Just at least invest in 1 and see if you like it. Like up until that point, I was like, this shit's crazy. And since you're talking about you're on the spy wave,
I'm on the European wave. Like Assassin's Creed Valhalla with the fucking everyone's in Norse mythology and everyone in that game is European too. Peaky Blinders, Ted Lasso, he's in Europe. Like my accent is on point right now, dude. That's how often I'm hearing European accents.
Valhalla, did you hear anybody go, brother? Not yet.
There is the slang Cockney European that's in there. That's pretty funny. There's like the Asgard type where it's like deep, actual.
They do the rhyming, the Cockney rhyming.
They don't rhyme, but it's like the way they speak, like the. I don't know how to pronounce. I don't know anything about dialects, but like they sound like they came from like the Gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have that like slang to it.
Because the way
on some characters
do slang, I think it's Cockneys, is they'll end a sentence by saying something that rhymes with what they mean.
Oh, I don't know if that happened yet. It's because
if your sentence is, I'm gonna go poop, they'd be like, I'm gonna go Professor Snoop or something like that. And then you'd be like, that's
poop.
What they mean.
Yeah. It's because in Valhalla, I'm not going to review it now. I'll probably review it later on when I get more time in it. The game opens up once you get to England. But it's still like foresty area and stuff because it's like a long time ago. But those accents are there and it's awesome. So it's like...
I want to play it.
Just hit play then, Brian.
Well, I have Pokemon that I've been playing.
You don't got to tell me, Brian. I still have yet to load up Watch Dogs, which is literally in London. I could get an entire game full of it's in London. Okay? I'm on the European wave.
Yeah. It's too many things.
You ain't gotta tell me, and they're all open world. I played an hour of Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I'm like, Valhalla. I'll get back to Miles Morales, but
I'm surprised I didn't finish
Odyssey
because I like Greek stuff. But if I'm hearing just thick fucking Highlander accents and British.
Yep. That's basically what it is. And then you get to fucking ask people questions, so it's great.
Okay.
What? The fuck's his problem?
Yeah.
I'll review Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This is but spoiler alert, it's fucking lit. But then I'll get back to Miles Morales whenever I can. I played that first hour, and that opening sequence is really cool. No, I can if you want. I'll play that first hour again. Now, first hour was lit.
I might. Or if you stream, no, but now we stream on the same fucking days.
Yeah. I mean, I could record it. I'll start over. I have no problem with that. That first hour was pretty cool. I didn't do anything besides. I mean, you saw just the opening sequence you've seen before. It's like I didn't get that far into it. I literally did the first mission. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then my lunch ended. So I got back to work. So I can just record that first part and then keep doing the main missions. That way it's not like boring me doing side mission stuff. Anywho, so I mean, there's a lot of open world games coming out all at once in November and December, and it's not enough time to play. Especially when fucking CP277 hits, you feel me? That's my code name for
That took more effort to say than the actual game.
I'm telling you, the actual name is Cyanide Penis 2077 hertz an hour.
I'm not getting my hopes up.
Of getting it? It's a digital game. You're going to get it.
No, of it coming out.
Oh,
coming.
I thought you meant like you're not going to get a copy. I'm like, that's not happening. Like, you're getting a copy. That's not how that works.
I already pre-ordered mine last year, so.
The release date.
Yeah, I was able to pre-order when it finally was available on Stadia to pre-order. And as soon as it did, I'm like, lit.
Yeah, I've waited years, and then they gave me a day to pre-order it. I saw who made the game. Whenever it comes out, when I'm on my deathbed and it finishes installing, I'll be fine.
Okay, that's fair. And then to notable releases from music, we got BTS, which I think is like a K-pop band. They have an album coming out, and then Megan Thee Stallion has another one.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard has my attention, but then
I saw that name.
Reminds me.
I don't know what. I guess I disconnected from the chat, and I'm back in it. Welcome to the chat room. Cool. So if you guys were chatting in the thing, I didn't read it until now.
No, there hasn't been anything in the past 20 minutes or so.
Gotcha. And then Megan Thee Stallion with an album called Good News. And that's all I saw in there that I'm like, okay, maybe that'll pop off in the Billboard charts this week. But besides that, ain't nothing. Randall, what are you doing this week?
The pre-orders are this week?
Next Wednesday. Unless something popped up.
Not pre-orders, but you know what I mean. I called them pre-orders.
Oh, no. The only one I know about is the Black Friday one, which is next Wednesday at 7 p.m. or a.m. I keep forgetting if it's morning or afternoon. If there's another one, I don't know about it. Randall, sounds like you know about it.
I've been trying to find it. When I find it, I put it in Discord. I don't know, man. The same usual
workout, refresh on Stock Informer,
prayer.
I kind of gave up on Stock Informer, man.
Oh, you're not using it at all?
I mean, I kind of do, but not really, because the last couple of times they were late to the game. It was like, I'm already on the page, bro. Like, I'm already here. Thank you for that.
I don't know. That's how I got my Xbox, so I'm sticking by it. So,
look at this.
Oh, you weren't kidding. Yeah, that would make me mad. That's a lot of PS5, bro. Like, why, man? I know why. So that might even get down that conversation. All right, Brian, what you doing on this weekend? This week?
Oh,
tomorrow?
Playing something tomorrow?
That well, we'll ask Kelsey after the show, I guess, to see if he's doing.
Found it. Sorry, I can wait.
To see if we're doing Last Remnant. If not, we'll. What do we have on
Last Remnant? You fucker.
Remnant. Sorry, I keep saying Last Remnant. There's a problem. Remnant from the Ashes to continue the co-op. If not, what else do we have lined up to play? Co-op. Are we still doing Godfall, Randall?
If you guys want to.
I haven't bought it yet, and Brian says he's not gonna buy it. So if he's playing, someone has to buy his copy.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen so far, I'm not buying 2 copies.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Because it's melee Destiny.
Is that bad? I've never played Destiny, so I don't know.
You played with us, Destiny.
Oh yeah, that's what I did.
So that should tell you then. If you forgot when you played Destiny, that's what's gonna happen here.
See, he doesn't care.
You think it's going to be that bad?
Kelsey's in all caps saying don't. There's 0 to do endgame, so we're not doing Godfall. Because I'm not going to spend $60 and then we run through the fucking story and there's nothing left. This isn't Miles Morales where that's the point, where you just play a single player game and then that's it. It's a multiplayer game, so I need to keep coming back. With loot, I'll load up Borderlands instead.
You see that 96% of the PC player base for Marvel's Avengers doesn't play the game anymore?
That's not surprising. That's not.
What's the percentage?
96%.
I don't. That's PC, I don't know. Hey, I know that sounds normal.
That made me sad when I read that.
It just. So yeah, we'll see if Kelsey's available tomorrow to do Remnant. Sorry, I almost said Last Remnant again. then we'll do that. If not, I don't even know if we have anything else lined up for co-op, Brian.
Police stories we can't do because I'm gonna have to parsec it, and I can't stream in parsec, so it has to be local.
Yep.
There's that one game on Epic. I don't remember the list. You have the list somewhere.
No, that's true. It's
Goner's local, and the other one's local too.
Yep. Oh, Deep Rock Galactic.
That's on Game Pass.
Yep.
On PC Game Pass.
Yep.
You sure?
Yep. Because I have it installed on my PC right now, so that's how I know.
We have Apex too. If you want to play something non-story.
Oh, so we're playing Apex tomorrow.
Didn't you say there was PvE in that?
There was for one of the seasons. I don't know if they kept it. I don't know if it was a limited time mode or not. I'm not an Apex legend, you know?
Okay.
So co-op day tomorrow, we're playing for PvP mode. We're playing
Is that
Apex.
what you want to do?
Apex Legends, yeah.
I mean, I'm down, I guess.
I mean, I like playing Apex, it's just I usually don't play it, you know? Because there's no solos. If there were solos, I would play Apex more often. It's just I would have to have a squad, and I don't want to go with randoms because I'm going to be a fucking burden to people who are actually trying. Like, remember how heavy Johan had to carry us?
That's because he made me buy Caustic, so...
That's true, that he made you do that. He did. So yeah, okay, so tomorrow we're doing, I guess, you continue with your week.
Thursday, Demon Souls.
Nice.
That'd be Panzer Paladins, so I'm on the Demon Souls.
Oh my god, I'll try Panzer, man.
Friday, I don't think I'm doing anything. I don't know what I'm doing. Not streaming on Friday. On the weekend, I'll see. What day did you say you're Dragon Ball? Both days or one day?
Maybe just Saturday, and then Sunday I can get some recording done because I still haven't finished Life is Strange 2 yet.
Alright, so whatever days he does Dragon Ball, I probably won't stream, or I'll stream after the fact, depending on how long we watch stuff. And that's my week.
Dragon Ball.
Lit. And as for moi,
What are you doing, Ant?
oh, me, you know, shoot. Tomorrow we got, I was going to say it again, Remnant or Apex, depending on Weird / Kelsey's availability. Yeah, and then Thursday, probably Valhalla, because I love playing it. So maybe that. If not, I might start at Watch Dogs, or maybe I could finish. I still have to finish. What's it called on stream? Super Mario Galaxy. So I might just do Galaxy on Thursday. I haven't played Mario in a bit. Got a bit itching to play it again.
It's my favorite Mario game.
So when you're gonna be streaming, I'm gonna be watching it.
Is there a new Nintendo console coming out anytime soon?
Just rumors, nothing official.
The Witch.
The Witch.
Got a black Switch?
A bewildered witch. I'll be here until like a couple minutes.
Who are you?
I'm dumb. That's who I am. Yeah, so maybe either probably Valhalla or Mario, depending on Thursday, because I do want to finish Galaxy. I think I'm close to the end anyway, so might as well finish up that playthrough. And if not, like Valhalla's been itching at me, so I might just be lying and just straight up load Valhalla on Thursday. So we'll see. And then Friday, no stream. Saturday morning on my Discord, I'm going to be watching Dragon Ball Super, trying to watch the rest of it, or as much as I can that morning. And then Sunday, I'll probably be recording off stream, because I still have to finish Life is Strange 2. And I think I'm only on like episode 2 or something. So, and that's that for the week. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do next Monday, so we'll see. That's all, folks. Episode 118 wrapped in the books for eternity.
So I posted in Discord the thing that I found on YouTube that was on Twitter. Actually, it was during stream on Twitch stream that someone, a couple of people had
linked
this tweety twatter. If you want to take a look,
I can read it out loud.
I mean, it's
So we got
for the
audio
listeners.
I mean, yeah, you know, because they might need it. So for Thanksgiving week, We have on November 22nd, Best Buy is going to have the Xbox Series X and S and the PS5 online only. The 25th of November, we have Walmart at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's what I was talking about. So 7 p.m. And it's going to have both consoles online. November 27th, possibly how you pronounce that? Major? Meijer? Major?
I guess.
I don't know what store that is.
It might be a West Coast store.
Oh, we'll have an online order pickup and pickup only. No, and then December 27th. Jesus, that's a month later.
I put in the Discord, but they were saying that those December dates are supposed to be actually November dates.
Okay, so
It's
November.
November 27th.
So November 27th, GameStop's going to be camping, so local. And then November 27th, Kohl's going to have one at 5 a.m. GameStop was at 7 a.m. for local. Shit. So camping outside. There you have it. So Godspeed. I mean, we'll probably go over these dates again next week during the podcast, which just to remind you guys so you guys can get yourselves a console. And good luck to y'all there. This has been the episode 118 of the ADLR Podcast. We'll see y'all next week with most likely my thoughts on Valhalla, depending on how much I get to play through this week. And Kelsey said, what was it, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles he wanted me to watch? Right? It was Bulletproof and Ninja Turtles, the classic ones. Randall, you were there?
Yeah.
That's what it was? Then I'll probably watch one of those.
At least the first two.
The first two. Got it. I don't know if you left or not, so. I'll maybe watch one of those this week as well. That way it's not just a Valhalla gush-a-thon from me next week. From like 90 and 91. Okay, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 90 91. I'll probably watch that and talk about those. Oh, and maybe there's other movies. Like there's a new like boxing movie called Jungle Land I wanted to watch with the dude from Pacific Rim and Sons of Anarchy, Charlie Hunnam, the one in
Bunham.
The one in The Gentleman who talks to Hugh Grant's character, Fletcher's character the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Dunham, I think his name is. So I might watch that too. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching, listening, both, either or, none. Drop a like, subscribe, 5-star on iTunes, whatever. Any rating, just max. You know what I'm saying? Share the video, share the audio. Everyone download the audio, share the audio clip on your Discords. Send it through email. Like go to your company, send this all through your email. At the entire company, so everyone gets it.
Reenact the podcast.
Reenact it, like learn it, play it over and over again, and then just act it out. Pick your characters, your favorite characters.
Do it in a different language. Pretend to be us, but like
Spanish, you know? You get tons of hits, you know? And that's it. Thank you guys for watching, listening. We're out. See you guys next week. Bye.